had enough of this palaver. Let's get the show on the road.
Morning.
Ooh.
It's Grim in the Morning.
I was wondering what the name was this morning.
You forgot already?
Yeah, I know there's Morning Jam, but I'm like, what is it with... Oh, I thought it was the O that we use. That's right, it's the G.
It's Grim in the Morning. What is it, Monday, Tuesday? Where are we at? Monday? Tuesday?
Yes.
It's Tuesday. I thought Sam was fired, man. I was so happy.
So hoped, yeah.
And now he's here.
I don't know if you realize this, but you actually have the power to make that happen if you actually wanted to.
Oh, well, that's why I'm surprised. I guess they didn't get the message.
Yeah.
Where were you Friday? I thought you were fired, for real.
No, I was in jury duty.
Jury duty?
I told you that. Yes, I was in jury duty.
Oh, I forgot you told me, I guess.
I emailed it out.
So why did you get out of jury duty?
Because they asked, what's your profession? And I wrote down talk show producer.
Right.
And they said... Sam, you're Sam Roberts. What talk show do you work for?
Right.
When they were going around the room.
Right.
And I said the Opie and Anthony show.
Right.
And one of the lawyers chuckled. He obviously listens. And
Right.
half the room chuckled as well.
Right.
And then after that, I didn't get asked any more questions and didn't get selected to be on any jury.
After that, they cleaned up your paperwork and said, beat it.
Yeah. Go ahead and have
I would
lunch.
suggest that to every listener out there. Just tell them that you work for the Opie and Anthony show. You'll get out of jury duty.
Oh, yes.
How long were you there for?
I showed up at like 9, and I was out by 12:30.
Oh, that's nice.
It was nothing.
I actually got in a classroom once. Out there on Long Island, they put you in what looks like classrooms, and I'm in the middle of a drunk driving case. And how I got out of jury duty is I was getting so frustrated because everyone said, look, you just got to go for the day, and, they'll excuse you. Now it's like 4 or 5 in the afternoon, and I'm in the middle of a drunk driving case as they're deciding who in the room might be good. And all of a sudden, I in a panic, just went, I don't have time for this. And they looked at me from the front of the room like, who is that guy? Because I just lost it. I'm like, no, I don't want to be part of this.
Yeah, there was they only needed 3 jurors. They had most of the jury full, I guess.
Yeah.
But,
you were close.
Yeah, they were going through I think it was pretty much what you had to do, but it wasn't until 5 o'clock in the afternoon. We were in like a classroom, and there was like...
all right, so you got to that classroom
26, 27 of us.
Yeah.
And they did the first group of 12, and then they were selecting alternates.
Right.
Because they need 2 alternates, and that's when I was up for selection. But once I said I worked for the Opie and Anthony show, it was not...
Yeah, in past years, I never made it to the room. And now I'm in the room, and I'm thinking, oh, my God, I might be stuck. So I acted out. And it worked
though, right?
Oh yeah, and then there was like some kind of like they took a 5-minute break. Next thing you know, they're like, you're free to go. Me and a few others. I'm like, nice.
Because people are afraid to say that they don't want to be there. Like if you actually say I don't want to be on jury
that doesn't
duty,
work anymore because they know that's what everyone else does.
Yeah, but the lawyers won't pick you because the lawyers are afraid. Like the defense attorney is afraid that you'll just say guilty. So
Right.
you can get the trial done quicker.
Right.
Right.
Well, then why that'd be a good thing to say then?
Yeah, it would be.
Yeah,
it
but
was in my
see,
case.
They know that, but they're gonna make you suffer for a bunch of hours before they go. Obviously, we're not using him, but we're not telling him we're not using him for at least 3 or 4 hours because he used that tack.
He thinks he's
they'll
got a
make you
trick.
sit there to be dicks. Okay.
Oh yeah, of course. So you got to be really careful. Of course, that's gonna work, but depends how many hours you're gonna have to wait for it to finally work.
I told them I could be open and analytical about everything, but
No, the best is to just act out like you're just a fucking
a lunatic.
irritable asshole like I did that day. Because I'm picturing like, man, I'm nice. I don't have to work right now. I've been doing a lot of beach days and I'm golfing. I had my whole life planned.
Yeah.
So I just, I don't have time for this.
Time for this.
And they're looking at me like, we're not even asking you anything.
When was it? How old were you? Like, how long ago was it?
When we're off the air, so what, 7, 8 years ago?
You didn't even have a job to go to?
Yeah.
No, I know.
I'm not eligible to do it. I can't do it.
I'm a shitty citizen. I really am a shitty citizen when it comes down to it. What do you mean you're not eligible?
I'm a celebrity.
Do you say that?
Yes. I say I can't be on this case. I'm a celebrity.
Does that work?
And I make that face too. I close my eyes. Celebrity privilege.
See, all that works in the end, but there is a new thing, I'll say it again, where they know you're using one of the things, but they're going to make you fucking wait.
They'll keep you at least for the day.
They'll put you back in the big room where everyone's snoring and doing fucking Sudoku puzzles, and I guess you can check your phones now, right?
Yeah. You can go on your
that's good.
phones.
What,
and
you used to not be
iPads
able to?
Well, 7, 8 years ago was sort of when it was all, what were you going to check for?
Right.
A dumb text?
Yeah.
There was nothing to check on your phone 8 years ago.
Yeah, now and then they tell you to dress appropriately, but I mean, there were actually people who showed up in like nice clothes because they were going to court, and I couldn't imagine.
Those are the
Why
ones
you
that,
would-
they're going to be the ones that are picked.
Of course.
Who wants to be picked? No one wants to be picked.
Some people do, though.
You think?
I wouldn't mind if I didn't have a morning job and it was a decent case. Like, I would like to do it once in my life. I've never done it, and I would love to do it once, like that, but not on like an OJ trial, but something that lasts for a couple days.
There was a part of me that, like, right before I got there, I didn't want to be on the jury at all. I wanted to get it over with. But once I got in there, part of me wanted to be on the jury to make sure justice was served.
Oh, shut
Yeah,
up,
what a
Sam.
douche.
What a dick.
Plus, I saw other
Fuck
people.
justice.
I saw other people being picked.
Yeah.
And something in me wants to be picked at that point.
At anything, you want to be picked at anything.
Yeah. I want to win. I felt like I was losing if I
You're
didn't
the
get picked.
fat kid at the dodgeball game.
Yeah.
You're competitive, even in jury duty.
Yes,
that's stupid.
I couldn't stand because
dumb.
Before I got to jury duty, I just wanted to be back at work. But once I was there,
You know
I
what?
couldn't understand why they would pick somebody who wasn't me.
I'm extremely competitive, but when it comes to jury duty, I want to be the fat chick that's rejected.
Yes.
Simple as that. Fuck that. You got to pick and choose when you want to be competitive.
I can't help it. All of a sudden, I just realized that I wanted to give I was prepared to give bad answers so they wouldn't pick me.
Right.
And then, I mean, if I hadn't said I work for the Opie and Anthony show, I probably would have been picked because I was trying.
You got to be careful, though. They know all the things that everyone tries.
Yeah.
That's why I'm telling you the best way is to act out. Just act out.
I don't have time for this.
That's what
You
I
said.
said.
It in just like the middle of everything. While
Yeah,
we were-
because I was starting to like heat up inside because I'm like, oh my god, I'm getting closer to being picked. I don't want this for myself.
it's jury. It's not like a job.
I understand.
You'd be there for a week, maybe.
And then what happens is I have to act out. Like I try to keep it all inside, and then I just act it out. It wasn't even planned.
I don't want this for myself. Like, this is where your career is going. I'm going to be on jury duty.
Because then I'm listening, and I forgot because it's like 8 years ago. It was some drunk driving accident, and I think somebody was injured badly, but they're still alive, but their life is kind of shitty. So I'm thinking, oh my god, this is going to take fucking months to figure out.
And that's not what you wanted for yourself.
No, not at the time.
That's not the way
no.
you saw your life going.
It was in the middle of summer, and I was in between trips. I was hanging out.
You didn't have a job.
Right.
You're just paying. You're getting paid to do nothing.
Right.
And then your number comes up for jury duty, and
Right.
you have to act out like a lunatic.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah.
Were they talking to you when you said that?
No, of course not.
They were talking to somebody else.
Yeah,
and
but
you just
that
shouted.
person was taking forever, and I'm like,
You had nothing to do.
And I'm counting. There's like 20 something of us in the room. I'm like, that person's taking forever. It's going to be at least another 16 people I got to watch before they even decide if I might move on to the next round.
And
Would you get called if you just tried to give the perfect answer? Like, are you able to be fair and impartial? Absolutely, with everything in my life. Completely fair and impartial. I do not read the newspapers, ever. I don't know what's going on.
Right.
Like, if you tried too hard to give the right answer, they'd probably know you were lying, and they haven't seen that one before, so they'd boot you.
That's right.
They would probably boot you.
Yeah.
They know. They just know by looking at you. But if you act out, man, that's the best thing. And for the people out there, just say you work for the show.
Just
'Cause
give
that helps.
Give regular answers, but if you tell them,
But you know what? That didn't help in my case. I'm trying to remember because I filled out the form they give you.
yeah,
No one actually asked me. I guess that's what I was waiting for in that room when they finally look at your form. But I'm like, they're not going to look at my form until at least tomorrow at this point.
this is not how you envisioned your life going
No.
at this point.
No.
That you would have to spend 2 days
Honesty sucks sometimes, huh?
at jury duty.
Yeah.
And then the guy next to me also didn't get picked, but I think that was because right after I said that that's the show I worked for, he was like, "Oh, it's a hilarious show, bro." So he didn't get picked either.
I thought you were going to say, he said, me too. I work for them too.
Yeah.
I'm a producer.
He just was like, yeah,
it's
that's awesome.
Like everybody chuckled, and he was like he was bringing the point to the table. Hilarious show, though, dude.
Nice. All right, well, welcome back, I guess. I thought we finally lost you.
Yeah,
I booed you out the door so you can make real money for another company.
Does it bother you, though, that they had you there and that you really were trying, and they said, you know what, maybe he is fair, but he's just not the man for us.
He's not what we want right
He's
now.
just not
Yeah.
what we want.
I wanted
to
to
decide these real facts.
because I knew
What was the case?
It was some woman who tripped on the sidewalk and she was suing the city.
That would take months.
But I knew.
You don't have time for that
Why
shit.
was she? But why was she suing the city?
That's what I wanted to find out.
She's clumsy.
No, but I knew that I wouldn't think that.
Oh, I would.
I would listen to the facts and find out whether she was clumsy or whether the city was at fault.
Here's the facts that matter. As you were approaching the sidewalk, did they build it?
Yeah.
No, it was already there. You're clumsy. Nothing, bitch. only if they constructed it as your foot was lifting.
I hope you get picked, and it's one of these fucking you're sequestered in a hotel room for a year type trials. I wish that for you, Sam.
I would have wanted. Not only would I have wanted to get picked, but if I were on the jury, I would want to be the jury foreman.
Ugh.
I would want to be the guy.
You're like a goody two-shoes.
Well, if somebody's getting picked, I want it to be me for whatever.
Oh, somebody wants to be the foreman, guys.
I want to be the jury
Just
foreman.
look to me for guidance and leadership.
Hey, guys,
I can do it.
Hey, guys, we're 12 angry men.
Yeah,
we
exactly.
have to get this together.
It's a great movie.
11 angry men and a twink. You have to call your mother.
Mom, what do you think?
Yeah. I'll tell you right now, if I'm stuck, though, I'll be the one holdout that just fucking wrecks everyone's weekend.
No, I think he's not guilty.
Yeah, I would now have to be an asshole and have to bring everyone down to my level.
Just because you're upset that you got picked?
Fuck yeah.
Now you're all going to be...
Because I'll go, remember when I said in the big room I don't have time for this? Well, all right.
I'm going to make time.
I'm going to make time for
have
everybody
time
now.
For this.
Fuck yeah.
A friend of mine did get out of jury duty that way, who was at the time a police officer. Mm-hmm. And he didn't want to be on the jury.
Uh-oh.
But they picked him, and they suffered the consequences.
What happened?
I don't know if I'm at liberty to say, but I'll find out.
Oh, fuck. That's a great tease.
If our friend, Kenny might remember the guy. I don't know if Kenny remembers the guy. Mars, can you grab Kenny?
What is Kenny doing? He's not listening to the show. What is he?
No, he always prints out my show information and
Oh,
stuff.
all right.
Yeah.
What, I wanted to ask you about Atlanta and all that other stuff. As soon as we get past Sam's shit.
I don't know if you remember. We're talking about jury duty. And you told me there was a guy who was on jury duty. He was a police officer, but he didn't want to be on jury duty, and they picked him anyway, and he got out of it. Do you remember that case, or is that not? Am I crazy?
Well, I had a similar incident once where a guy I knew, it wasn't me.
Right, I don't remember the guy's name.
Yeah. He was a police officer, and he got a subpoena for jury duty. Cops used to be, immune to that, but then, they have such a shitty jury pool that they got cops on civil cases. So this cop went to the courthouse, and it was a Monday morning, and he went to see the jury foreman and said, look, I'm a cop, I can't be here. You got to get me out of here. And the guy's like, oh, look, it's Monday morning. I'm really jammed, because there was a new jury pool. He goes, just hang out for an hour or two till the dust clears, and then, I'll excuse the guy. Well, this cop, this is a long story, GH. I'm sorry.
Oh, I don't give a fuck.
So this cop, it was just his luck. His fucking number got picked on the first thing. And then he had to go with a jury into the courtroom. And, they pick your number with a bingo wheel kind of thing.
Oh.
And then this fucking cop, just his luck again, he got picked in the first selection and was on the jury. So, and now the judge comes and the lawyers go to disqualify, and it was a civil case, an auto accident. An old lady had hit a young kid. All right, and the old lady.
How young? 10-year-old or an adult kid?
No, like an adult.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I shouldn't say that. I'm just too old. But and the old lady's insurance company stipulated that it was their fault and they was going to pay for everything. But this kid was looking to cash in. He wanted pain and suffering. All right, and so they're disqualifying people, and that cop was raising his hand for everything. If you got a problem with this, that, or the other thing, he was raising his hand.
He was trying everything.
And they wouldn't disqualify him. So then they were questioning other jurors around him, and they were disqualifying other jurors. And every time another juror disqualified, this cop would go, oh, and shuffle in his seat.
That's me.
And they still wouldn't disqualify him. And then, he got stuck on the trial.
Oh, wow.
Which consisted of two expert witnesses. One for,
The
the
old lady.
plaintiff and one for the defendant, and then this stupid testimony, and then the judge has to charge the jury and explain how justice is blind and the scales of justice and preponderance of the evidence, and it doesn't even have to be a unanimous decision. And then they vote to pick a jury foreman, and then they go in the jury room, and now this was just after the OJ trial, when court TV was big, and all these fucking jurors thought they were going to make a difference, and so the jury foreman goes, well, maybe we should discuss the case, and the cop goes, there's nothing to discuss. It doesn't have to be a unanimous decision, so let's fucking vote, and if the decision doesn't come out, then I'll discuss it with them, or he'll discuss it with them.
Well, the cop in the moment said that I'll discuss it with him.
Yeah.
Of course he did, because he wouldn't say no.
Yeah. So you had a vote. Does the guy get money, and if so, how much? 2 questions. All right, and I said, look, the kid, his family owned a pizzeria, and he was standing up spinning pizzas for 12 hours a day, and he was claiming his back hurts. I'm going yeah, you stand up for 12 hours and you do some hard work, your fucking back is going to hurt. But he wasn't Christopher Reeves in a wheelchair.
Cop said all this, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The kid, he was just like a punk, young guy, and you could see he was making faces when the other expert witness was, testifying. So I said, you saw the kid's demeanor. He's all right.
He said.
Yeah.
Wrong pronoun.
Yeah. So I have a hard time talking to the third party.
Third party.
Third.
So what happened? The cop.
So they took the vote, and he didn't get nothing. So then the cop goes out, and the court officer's like, hey, you got to stay. We're done. Get the judge. And they're going, the judge didn't even have a cup of coffee yet. It's too bad. Get the judge. We're out of here. That cop's got a life. So then they make him wait a half hour, because I guess the judge wanted his cup of coffee anyway. And then the cop had to listen to all these fucking weirdos and all their stories about their mundane lives.
Do you think the cop made the people in the jury room uncomfortable?
Yeah, because the cop was just pacing the whole time.
Do you think the cop's energy really wrecked the experience for all of them?
Yeah. So then we come
out.
The
energy on this radio show right now.
and
I feel like I'm in that room with the cop,
with the officer,
with the officer.
Yeah. And then the funny thing is, walking down the hall, the cop took the elevator down with the plaintiff and his attorney, and the cop asked the attorneys why didn't you excuse the cop? And the guy and the attorney goes, no, cops are inherently trustworthy and reliable and honest. And the cop says, if it wasn't for me, those dummies on the jury would have gave your client some money. And then the doors open on the elevator. The cop saw the guy looking at his attorney in disbelief, and the cop just walked out.
The cop told the lawyer in front of the client that I'm the reason your guy didn't get money.
Yeah.
There's our justice system at work.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
But anyone who obviously doesn't want to be there, who really obviously doesn't want to.
But most people don't want to be there.
Yeah,
right?
I guess not.
I don't know what the numbers are. Maybe we could get a lawyer.
Maybe most people don't. And someone
say,
who wants to be there too bad might be a problem too.
True. So they got to figure that shit out.
People were sitting there in the room, visibly with their fingers crossed that they weren't going to be amongst the 12 that were selected from.
That's normal.
What gets you out of it? If you legitimately have to work, I mean, see, I travel.
If you travel, then they'll give you can go up to the office and they'll push it back. They'll delay it. They won't just cancel it out. It's travel or medical.
Right, okay.
There's no.
What if you're a single mom or something though?
Yes,
Stuff
financial
that, right?
hardship also.
Financial hardship. Okay, that's what it's called. Yeah. All right.
But I think they have a daycare facility in the courthouse now.
I wouldn't want one of those animals fucking watching my kid.
Sam, did you judge someone?
Did I judge someone?
You weren't
were
listening, Kenny. We did all this already.
No,
Yeah.
I wasn't
You
selected,
wasn't picked.
unfortunately.
He wasn't picked. That's why he's here.
Yeah, look at him.
They asked me to be on jury duty. I'm like, I'm not getting that in my shoes.
Oh,
Duty.
doesn't make sense.
Yeah, you know.
Duty.
So stupid.
It's not stupid, Sam.
Yes, it is.
No, Pepe's the greatest.
That was an old joke of Jim Norton's, unfortunately. It was close to one. I was really new. I said something about how I stepped in jury duty. It's terrible. That's like 1990.
Well, you certainly didn't do that joke in Atlanta.
The cop had an old joke like that also.
Of course he did. What was the cop's old joke?
Yeah,
Yeah, you know him
yeah.
pretty well.
Yeah.
He sounds like a real horse's ass, this guy.
When does the cop stink? When he's on duty.
Thank you.
Or radio.
Really? Look at him. He's all proud of himself. All right, Kenny. Thank you.
All
That
right,
was
but no,
wonderful.
getting back to
Oh,
Atlanta.
God, what happened now?
James did a great job.
It was phenomenal.
Yeah, I saw it on Twitter, man. People were digging it.
Thursday was decent.
Yeah.
Friday was mobbed, and all 3 Saturday were sold out. So Atlanta's a great market for this show.
Atlanta's great. We were supposed to work there. We said no.
I did the local press helped. The regular guys have a big following. Kid Chris has a big following. He's only there a year. He's doing really well.
Kid Chris is now in Atlanta?
Dude, fucking-
I can't follow this guy anymore.
I feel like-
thought he was in Portland.
No, he was. I feel like Kid Chris is actually setting up where he knows I'm going to be.
Right.
And just establishing an audience to help me when I get there.
Holy, wait.
Everywhere I go, he's there.
I can't even keep track. How many cities has he been in since Philly?
I met Chris in Sacramento many years ago. We were off.
Right.
And we knew him in Philly, of course.
Right.
And I saw him in Portland recently. And now he is in Atlanta and doing well. And I forget, there's been another location.
Holy fuck.
I can't believe when they said, "Are you doing Kid Chris?" Like, wow. It's so funny when I'm on the road and I see his name pop up.
They
I'm
just
like,
can't kill him.
No.
They've killed just about every other radio show. They can't kill Kid Chris.
He's doing the same show, too. I mean, it's like, it's
Good for him.
It's still fucking,
I was just looking at the ratings for New York radio, and it's sad, man.
It's terrible.
It's all like news. Your top morning shows in New York City, it's news, Light FM.
Yeah.
The first show that sort of has a personality is Z100, and they don't even really have a personality either anymore.
well, I listen to what these guys still can say, like in Atlanta, and they can't go crazy.
Under the radar shit.
But the stuff they can do is just, they can be funny on those shows. Like, they let you be funny, too.
Right.
They're not panicky about every single,
Right.
oh, no, that might be Asian. Or that, as long as you're not doing FCC shit.
Right.
It was fun, man.
Can you do Asian shit? Because Asian shit was in the news. We're going to talk about that in a minute or two.
I'm trying to think if we did any Asian. I don't know. I don't remember feeling like I needed to shy away from it.
Good for you.
But I mean, I don't know if it came up.
Dude, when yesterday you tweeted your fucking arm. Are you all right?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Can I
Doesn't
see
hurt.
it live?
Sure. I'm good. That's a good bruise, man.
Check out Jim Norton's Twitter. Is it on our Facebook yet, E-Rock?
Yes, it is.
John Jones came in here and beat the shit out of everyone, basically. It does look like a cock and balls. That's
Yeah.
hilarious. Everyone's
Definitely
tweeting
said
that. Look, it's a penis on your arm. That looks like a penis tattoo. 2 balls in the fucking shaft.
Yeah.
Why did it come out that way?
Because he punches. First of all, he's a lefty.
I'm trying to think how his fist went in.
Put your
I'm
left
looking
hand there,
at-
Sam. I'm trying
Does
to
it
think,
hurt
too.
when you touch it, or
Nah,
is it-
I'm fine. It's like his the lower part where his pinky finger is where the balls are. I don't. You think that's where the thumb would have hit, but it's where
Right.
That was a great punch, but he wasn't standing either. If he was standing, I would have hurt.
I got to tell you, I mean, the picture you tweeted is obviously impressive, but seeing it in person, wow.
It's even darker in person. It's hard
Really
to get.
dark.
Yeah, it's a good bruise.
So it's on our Facebook page when Johnny Bones on Twitter, John
Yeah.
Jones, of course, the champion, punched Jimmy. He said it was a 70% punch.
Yep.
I believe it. And he was sitting down, too.
Yes.
by the
Oh
way.
God, yeah. If he was standing doing a 70%, he would have knocked me. He would have definitely knocked me down.
Right.
He probably would have. I tightened up so it wouldn't hit. Would have a little bit of cushion before the bone.
Right.
But if he wanted to, he could probably break your arm with a punch.
Holy fuck, that's a good bruise.
Yeah.
Go to our Facebook page. What is it, Opie and Anthony on Facebook? Yeah.
I would love to get another one. I want to get Chuck.
What do you
to
mean
hit
you
me.
would love to get another one?
I don't mind that.
You like pain, don't you?
It's not that I like pain, but it's like in the arm, it's okay. It's not going to do any damage if they're hitting you. Just a punch in the arm is okay.
It stung, didn't it?
Sure, but I mean,
Yeah, but you held back like, all right, that was good.
But I would have yelled if I wanted to. I mean, I'm not afraid to go. I'm cool doing that. But a punch in the arm, as long as they don't hit you like on the bone or on the But
imagine in between the bicep and the tricep.
Yeah,
right
that would
there.
hurt.
Holy fuck, that would hurt.
But he punched me pretty much. I tightened up, so it was mostly on the.
It looks like a penis. That's hilarious.
It does.
People were tweeting that, and I'm like, all right.
Yeah.
Or a guitar.
A guitar, a double neck.
Yeah,
double neck guitar.
Yeah, I just look at it sometimes when no one's around. I'll just put my fingers on my arm and go.
Chip's tattoo.
Yeah,
Oh boy,
flying.
It's gonna be a long week without ass. Oh.
I'm not here Friday though, so you'll only have to deal with Chip.
3 days.
Yeah,
3 out of the 4.
Fort Lauderdale.
Ant's on vacation. People are asking.
Yeah, he's away. He's
doing
on
his
a
cruise
boat.
thing. He's in the middle of the ocean right now. Are you all in with this Jeremy Lin yet, Jimmy?
I don't follow it. I don't care. I mean, just a guy. He's just a good point guard.
Growing up with basketball and not being a Knicks fan for probably a decade, I'm watching the Knicks every night again, and I'm loving it, man. I fucking love watching basketball. The Nets beat the shit out of the Knicks last night. Deron Williams, probably the best point guard in the league. Some would say, most people would say, lit it up last night. 38 points against Jeremy Lin of the Knicks, and Carmelo Anthony came back for the first time. Pretty much everyone knew that they were going to lose when Anthony came back, just because he's rusty and now they got to all figure out how to play together. Jeremy Lin didn't look that impressive last night. It looked like he was hesitating half the game.
He was probably intimidated that the bigger guy was there.
Yeah, because Carmelo Anthony's got a name, and all of a sudden he's coming back. It seemed like Lin was showing a little respect or something, which was fine, but he should have just played how he's been playing the last 8-9 games and let Anthony figure it out. Anthony is going to figure it out. So, but with the Jeremy Lin thing, we got some controversy. Did you see the mobile app thing?
Yes, I did.
Where a guy in charge of the ESPN mobile app thing wrote a chink in the armor when the Knicks finally lost with Jeremy Lin.
Yeah, and it was a picture of him, and didn't it say his name after it, too? Where's the actual headline?
The headline, chink in the armor. Jeremy Lin's 9 turnovers cost Knicks in streak-stopping loss to Hornets. Appeared on ESPN's mobile website at 2:30 a.m. on Saturday and was removed by 3:05. I screen capped that shit and sent it out. So it was only up there for a half hour? Wow, man, I didn't know that. Fuck, that's showing responsibility. What do you think?
Well, the guy...
Me and Jimmy basically before the show said the guy should have been fired, but we're in a tough spot because we don't believe anyone should be fired for pretty much anything at this point. But knowing the culture we live in and how this shit works out, that was taking a massive fucking chance. So we're thinking, of course he was going to get fired for this.
But he's saying he's used it at least 100 times in headlines over the years and thought nothing of it when he slapped it on the Lin story.
But yeah, I mean, Chink Lin. I mean that what is he trying to say?
Was it him being? It's hard to imagine
I said
he wasn't being cute.
I got to stop myself because I said I shouldn't have said he should have been fired. What I should have said was, of course, he was going to get fired for this. You got to understand the culture we live in to a point.
I kind of felt like he should have been, and I'll tell you why.
Should have been.
But not because he used the word chink in a headline. Like, if it was Carmelo Anthony, and he said, is there a chink in the armor? That's a real expression.
Right.
But if you do it, and you put him there, and this is like when he's just starting and everybody's talking about it, it's one of those like weird things where we know what you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
You can get out of it by playing a semantics game. I go, well, technically I didn't know. We understand that.
Right.
But we also understand what we use in language.
Right.
And that I'm not explaining myself very well, but I think that it was done purposely. That's my opinion. I
think if you're trying to be clever or trying to be funny, then you should be left alone. You know what I mean? Like nappy-headed hoe, once again, Imus wasn't going for hate speech. Imus was going for a fucking joke. Period. And I think that's the difference, right?
Yeah.
Reading the story.
See, now it's just getting to a point where the Asian groups can shut the fuck up, where they're going to start calling it the C word, which we all know is cunt, not chink. And
yeah, they're trying to take over the C word. C word is taken.
Yeah.
C word's taken by the cunts.
But now, yes.
The Asians want it for chink. You can't have that. The cunts got that one.
The cunts.
The cunts got the C word.
Now they're going to.
What is it? A politician?
Of Judy Chu, which her last name, I guess, is not the C word.
Judy Chu.
Now you can't use the expression at all. See, chink in the armor will not be used at all. It's almost like there's a word, I believe it's niggardly, it means stingy. What's the exact definition of nigger? Niggardly.
I think you nailed it.
Yeah.
And I don't think that word should be banned, and I think you should be able to use it in mixed company.
Right.
But I think that if you're writing a headline, and let's say you have a picture of Carmelo Anthony throwing the ball or some black player, and you say Anthony makes niggardly decision.
Right.
Maybe he was stingy with ball passing. All right, with a gun to your head, we couldn't execute you.
Right.
But we all know what you're.
Right. You're taking a little bit of a chance there.
I don't believe it's an accident.
Well, I didn't realize that it was only on the ESPN mobile app for a half hour. That shows responsibility, like, oh, fuck, this is not good, and they removed it immediately, whether it was the guy who had that responsibility or one of the higher-ups. But it's in the middle of the night, so I'm thinking the guy...
One of his higher-ups probably realized it.
Removed it immediately. If the guy who wrote it removed it immediately, then, I don't know, I would like to see this guy get a pass, but it's too late because the ESPN fired him.
Can we see other headlines he's done? Like, he said he's used it 100 times.
Let me read the story, because there's a lot in here. Let's see. The ESPN editor fired Sunday for using chink in the armor. In a headline about Knicks phenom, Jeremy Lin said the racial slur never crossed his mind, and he was devastated when he realized his mistake. Never crossed his mind? Do you believe that one, Jimmy?
He's explaining it like the way you should explain it. But what I don't like
as soon as I saw chink in the armor, I'm like, oh, fuck, man. I understand what he's saying here, but, you know, you're absolutely taking a chance.
He's saying things like...
this had nothing to do with me being cute or punny, Anthony Federico told the Daily News. I'm so sorry that I offended people. I'm so sorry if I offended Jeremy. The headline, chink in the armor, Jeremy Lin's 9 turnovers cost Knicks and streak-stopping loss to Hornets, appeared on ESPN's mobile website at 2:30. And was removed by 3:05 in the middle of the night. So it was up there for a half hour. But in this day and age, everyone's screen capping their asses off. So then it was all over the place all day long on Sunday.
Now what
Saturday.
The Asian groups will try to do is have the word chink removed, even when you want to say something completely like a legitimate use of it.
Right.
And we talked about it, and you had said it way back when they were trying to put nigger to bed for good. When you remove words from the language, it's just not going to stop because everybody wants the power of having removed a word.
Right, of course. And
this guy was an asshole to use it, but
battling to contain a furor, the sports network fired Federico and suspended anchor Max Britos for 30 days because it turned out he had used the same expression on the air last week. We do have that audio.
And he used it in reference to Lynn.
Right. We have it. Here's the ESPN anchor. Who used the same chink in the armor 30 days ago. But he used it 30 days ago, and there was no uproar. They just went back, ESPN. They're just trying to clean up everything before it gets too crazy. But the guy used it 30 days ago, and I don't remember.
Jeremy Lin wasn't playing 30 days ago, was he?
Well, all right, maybe it wasn't about Jeremy Lin, though. Because 30 days ago, it certainly wasn't Linsanity.
No.
Here's the ESPN anchor.
He's handled everything very well, as you said, unflappable. But if there is a chink in the armor, where can Lin improve his game?
Yeah, it's about
okay. No, you confused me there, Jimmy. I'm sorry. He was suspended for 30 days.
Right, okay.
So he used this recently for as far as Jeremy Lin goes as well. That's
when I was a little kid.
There's a million other ways to say that, so that's where my problem's at.
I would say things like, "Oh shucks." Because I like it sounded like fuck.
Right.
And there's sometimes when you say, you know what you're doing, or it just sounds right, or you're trying to get away with it. You don't even realize you're doing it.
Right.
But it's like, chink in the armor is a real expression.
Right.
It's like a little nick in your armor. We've all said it, but
right.
How do you not know? There's very few Asian players, so it's like you got to know when you're describing. He even said, there's a chink in the armor, where can Lin?
Right.
It's like you're trying to get away with it.
But when they're doing stories about other guys and stuff, I never hear chink in the armor. You know what I mean?
Well, that's why. Can we Google this guy's headlines? Is there more?
I was looking at
Federico, 28, said he understands why he was axed. ESPN did what they had to do. He said he is fucking bummed.
See, I hate the way he's... To me, if you really didn't do it, like if you wrote chink in the armor about another player and they fired you, you should be outraged.
Right.
If he didn't do it on purpose, He should say, this is an outrage. This is a real expression. This is a politically correct witch hunt, and it was not done. He should fight back harder.
He said he used it 100 times, and that's something you can look up. So he used it 100 times over the years and thought nothing of it when he slapped it on the Lynn story. Federico called Lynn one of his heroes, not just because he's a big Knicks fan, but because he feels a kinship with a fellow outspoken Christian. Oh, boy, he's trying a little too hard here. My faith is my life, he said. I'd love to tell Jeremy what happened and explain that this was an honest mistake. I had a career that I was proud of, more in Federico, who worked at ESPN. Since getting his start there in 2006, I'm devastated that I caused a firestorm. He is bummed. A gracious Lynn, who led the Knicks to another dazzling hardwood victory Sunday, gave Federico and Britos the benefit of the doubt. Britos is, of course, the anchor we just played that got 30-day suspension. They've apologized, and so from my end, I don't care anymore, Lynn said. You have to learn to forgive, and I don't even think that was intentional. Well, that's cool.
Yeah, Jeremy Lin's not being a baby about it.
That's
but
cool.
Judy Chu and some other twat in a special interest group will be outraged. Jeremy Lin just is like, fuck it.
When the anchor said it, the moment passed almost entirely without notice. A video replay suggests Britos was not trying to be funny, but made a poor choice of words there. He tweeted his apology Saturday, saying he meant no racial reference, but would be extra careful in the future. My wife is Asian, Britos says, and he would never intentionally say anything to disrespect her in the community.
That saved him, by the way. It didn't save JV and Elvis, but because he's married to a really beautiful Asian girl. But that's what saved him.
Because radio sucks.
Well, that's radio does suck. Yes.
No, they're a step lower when it comes to all this shit.
Yeah. He was saved because he has an Asian wife, and they have video of his face when he said it.
Right.
And he probably didn't say it with malice.
Right.
But
and there was no uproar, too. They went back. ESPN showed responsibility, like, holy fuck, we're firing this guy for that headline. We got to go back because we know, Max here used the same exact, saying.
Yeah, real guys network, ESPN.
Just fucking stand by your guys.
Never. Never, 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 never.
Because now that I know this guy used it 100 times, obviously Jeremy Lin, chink in the armor, it's a little too close. But if he used it 100 times and it was only up there for a half hour, you go, holy fuck, we made a mistake. But this guy's a good employee. We don't want to lose him.
I want to see other headlines he had it with.
I haven't found any yet.
Yeah, maybe someone's got, and I know they're going to call up, you guys are hypocrites. You always say people shouldn't get fired, and now you're saying he should be fired. You guys are hypocrites. Like, I know those calls are going to come in.
I don't think he should have got fired, but but you got to understand the culture we live in, where people are going to be like outraged and try to get your job. And then most of these companies, they're very wimpy and they're not going to stand up for their people. That's what I'm saying. He should have known better, I think.
The reason I'm comfortable with him being fired is I don't want to go so far in the other direction. Like, I hate PC thinking so much.
Right.
That I don't want to be blinded to when somebody really does something shitty and fireable. Because there are fireable offenses in language. Doesn't mean that you can say, hey, it was almost like, let's say there was two black players, and the expression was something spooks the team, or look at these spooks, or something that was so obviously borderline.
Where you could use the whole bunch of other words,
yeah.
but decide to go with spook in that case. I think the guy made an honest mistake.
If he did, then he should have been fired. But I don't believe he did. That's where we differ.
You don't believe?
Nah, I think
he went for it.
I don't think you cannot know it, especially with his picture there, and the other guy even saying, like, if there's a chink in the armor, Lynn, it's like, how could you not make it? You couldn't be that stupid.
Well, they're all trying to be clever with this dumb Lynn shit too, man. You see the headline just because they lost to the Nets. What does the paper say over there? Turn your Daily News over.
Chink loses.
Trouble.
It said marshmallow because Anthony Carmelo good.
No, well, he's a little rusty.
But they do think. See, that kind of works against the ESPN guy.
There it is. Trouble Lynn Paradise.
They work in
Trouble in Paradise, so they go Trouble Lynn Paradise because they lost to the Nets last night.
They work in puns and they work in wordplay. Like
so sometimes I think they're trying to be too clever for the room and they're working a little too hard. Yeah. That's why I'm suspicious that this was an honest mistake.
Sam, Travis came in.
Well, I know you want to find this guy's other headlines and stuff, but headline writers aren't credited. You'll never know who wrote Marshmallow. Okay. There's just a bunch of guys who just write headlines.
Can you write something about ESPN chink in the arm?
That's going to be incredibly hard to find because there's millions and millions of search results right now that just deal with that story. If he's written chink in the armor before on ESPN.com, they've completely removed anything that has the word chink in it. Because the search will just come up with nothing.
Yeah, they're panicking.
Yeah. Of course they are.
So if he said it, then we're not going to find it.
And then here we go to the politician. Jeremy Linsler, Asian American politician, slams ESPN editor for using C word. The cunt's got the C word. I'm going to say that a million times. You can't steal the C word.
I like that the cunts have become a special interest group.
Yes.
What? Well, how else do you say it?
They need
the
to be
Asians want the C
represented.
word. You can't have this. You could have the ch word or the CH word, but the C word is taken.
By who?
Huh?
By who?
The cunts. The cunts got that one. We said this too. They're going to take 1 million words away from us. That's why we had to defend this from the beginning. But half these dummies on the radio decided to go, yeah, I should be fired. Fucking idiots. An Asian American politician says the C word is just as bad as the N word when it comes to racial slurs, and she is letting ESPN off the letting ESPN off the hook for using the term to describe NBA breakout star Jeremy Lin. The use of that term is appalling and offensive, Congresswoman Judy Chu said Monday on MSNBC, referring to the controversial headline Chink in the Armor. While ESPN has since apologized for the headline and the editor who wrote it was swiftly fired, and this is where these politicians have got to fucking relax. Right. Chu refuses to write off the word choice as a mistake. The C word is for Asian Americans like the N word is for African Americans, the California Democrat said. If he was using it all those times, that is extremely sad because it came out that he used it over 100 times. Why is it extremely sad if he used it 100 times?
That's why she's hateable.
This is the first fucking time that it was close, very close to an Asian player, I would assume. Right? Out of the 100 times, this is probably maybe the only time it was used for an Asian player. You dope. The word was used since the 1880s to demean Chinese Americans and to deprive them of their rights, and it's used on playgrounds specifically to humiliate and to offend Asian Americans. So I don't know where he's been all this time.
And this is why Judy Chu is a cunt, because what she's doing now is she's saying that the word chink is wrong in any context.
Right.
She's saying if he's been using it all these times, that's extremely sad. No, it's not extremely sad because chink in the armor is a completely valid expression. A little chink in paint or something does not mean there's a Chinese guy on your fucking paint or in your armor.
Right.
It's not about a Chinese knight.
Right.
Stupid.
Right.
That's where she annoys me.
And she doesn't think ESPN has done enough.
Of course not. Because
they apologized and they got rid of the guy.
She's like John Liu, another fucking special interest parasite,
right,
who is going to try to lock on and get what they can,
right,
from the network to bullhorn their
and
message.
You know what? And we got to blame the company again.
Yep.
These fucking wimpy companies that just fucking cater to these special interest groups.
Lawyers.
Know what you should do if you're ESPN? Go, no, Judy Chu, we did everything we're going to do in this situation, and we're moving on, and you should move on with your dumb life.
Maybe
period.
It's Disney. They fold fast.
Well, watch. They're not going to move on. They're not going to tell her. They're going to have to cater to her now.
Disney,
and then that's what the companies do.
And they'll apologize again. Disney apologizes. They apologize again.
And then she'll feel important, like John Liu did. I love the fact that it looks like John Liu is having some trouble. Whatever it is, I hope it's a medical problem and a fucking political problem. These guys are the worst.
And Lin is okay with it.
He's fine with it.
Lin's totally okay with it and wants to just move on. Oh, God, another one of these. It seems like there's one of these every day now. Every day.
Travis spilled milk on his crotch.
Good.
It's coffee.
What do you mean milk?
I wish it was acid.
So there you go. Well, were you all over the place there? I'm starting to think the guy shouldn't have been fired. And you think he should have been fired because you think he...
Because I believe he did it on purpose. But again, I can't allow my hatred of this Judy Chu.
Right.
This fucking twat saying C word and using little letters to cover up what words are. I can't allow my intense hatred of her to override the fact that I think he did it on purpose and was fucked up. You know what I mean? Like, I can't, because I think he's a dummy and he was trying to be cute.
Right.
I can't... And I also can't forgive her.
Right.
Because she's saying, if he's using it all those times, it's extremely sad. It's not extremely sad. No one's crying about that.
Yeah. All right. There we're at with that shit. Phones are lit. You want to take a couple of these calls?
Absolutely.
All right, let me start from the top. Fuck it. Dave, what's going on, buddy?
Hey, boys. Does this mean we can't use a spade as a spade anymore, or call a spade a spade?
Well, that's where it goes, and that's what you got to be really careful of. Is like that's why when she says if he used this word 100 times, it's sad. A spade is a spade is a very or spade shovel. Or can we say spade and neutered because it sounds like spade even though it's spelled differently.
Oh,
that's where you got to watch it.
We're in deep trouble with this language thing, man.
Hey boys, and the thing is, too, ESPN is the worst.
Yeah, they're cowards.
I mean, you remember back when Rush Limbaugh had his thing with him, and all he was talking about was just how the press treated black quarterbacks. You know, they cut him loose in just a second.
I also think Rush saying that showed a lack of football knowledge because he was trying to be Rush and trying to be political, almost like trying too hard to say something that would be true to what Rush should say.
Right.
That was a stupid point, I thought.
And ESPN got what they paid for with that, too, because they brought him on for shit like that, too.
Of course. But now, now there's 2 C words, I guess. I guess there's now 2 C words, is what we're learning today.
What do you say if it's an Asian woman that
Thank
you don't
you.
like? Yeah, got a double C. Yeah. People think, is that a carbon copy? No.
God, do I want to say that double C word right now?
Go ahead.
I'm too scared. It would roll off the tongue nicely, though. Steve in D.C. What's up, Steve?
Hey, I agree with Jimmy. I think the guy did it on purpose because I believe he's using the vernacular incorrectly. The correct phrase is kink in the armor. Armor back in those days was chain that was linked together, and when it got tangled, it was called a kink.
Yeah, but there is an expression, a very valid expression called, is there a chink in the armor?
What does Wikipedia say?
There's a very, very valid expression, chink in the armor.
Yeah, it's definitely.
I've heard kink in the armor more than chink in the armor myself.
Chink in the armor is a real expression.
I've heard chink.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you think the guy should? You think the guy should have been fired?
I think so. I think that he just had a moment of of unclarity, if you will, and just went over the top.
Well, is chink in the armor a real expression?
Yes.
Yes.
Man, I mean, they're all trying to be cute with their puns and working Lynn into everything, and then this guy's like, you know what? I could get away with this because chink in the armor is a real phrase. I can get away with it.
It's eye grabbing, but yeah, technically, I can't get in trouble for it because it fits. Because these guys work in puns. That's why it doesn't work because it's all they do.
And we live in a world where everything is eye grabbing, and you gotta fucking get everyone engaged immediately, and that's the pressure he feels. You know what I mean?
He was hoping people would see that and go, "What? Chink? Oh, okay, I see what you're doing."
Right.
But he wanted the word to have the effect, or he wouldn't have put it.
Yeah.
But what was the value in it for him? I mean, on a mobile application, posting it at 2:00 in the morning.
Well, I mean, that's probably when they post stuff.
Yeah, because it was a couple hours after the game, and then that was going to be seen by a lot of people all day Saturday. I don't know how many people have the mobile app, but I would assume it's millions. If you're at ESPN, right?
Absolutely, yeah.
I don't know.
The PC stuff is over the top. It's crazy.
It is. But that doesn't mean, just because I have to be careful because I hate PC thinking so much that if it's a legitimate fuck up by somebody, I mean, there are times where a company's got to go, look, you're an idiot.
Right. Yeah. He took a big chance there, I guess.
Yeah.
All right, Steve, thank you.
Yes.
All right, guys, have a good day.
Bye.
Yeah, you too, man. Let's go to Megan in D.C. Megan's a regular. I know this Megan.
Hey, the C word's ours.
I know. I said the cunt's got the C word.
It's for the ladies.
For the ladies.
I just wanted to
This
tell
one
you
goes out
guys,
to
like about
ladies.
10 years ago in D.C., there was a city councilman that got fired for using the word niggardly in a meeting.
I remember that.
Yeah, and there were black people in the meeting, and they got all upset. And he was just referring to, like, a budget decision. He wasn't even referring to
was it a white guy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, that goes more toward Jimmy, the guy.
You know what you're doing.
You kind of know what you're doing. There's a million other words you could have used there, and he chose that one. And then his defense is what? This is a legit word.
But he wasn't even referring to black people or anything having to do with them. It was just kind of a good vocabulary word. I don't know. I'm a defender of the English language.
I am
wait.
too.
All right, so it wasn't about black people at the time?
No. But
So then I don't have a problem with it at all.
Let me ask you a question, Megan. If we were talking, right? If we were on a date, let's just say, or out to dinner, or say we parked the car, and you and I were chatting, and I had said something to you, like I looked you in the eye and I said, you know, a lot of times women who go on dates with guys don't put out, and as a result, those women are raped and killed. And if I was looking you in the eye when I said that, wouldn't that terminology bother you a little bit? Like, ugh, what the fuck's he doing?
Well, not if it was you, Jimmy.
All right, yeah, that's a great point because I am charming. but if it was somebody else, wouldn't it, like, you go like, ugh, what is he doing?
Sure.
Even though they're legitimate words and he's not threatening you, you kind of know the subtext of it.
I'm not sure that's a great example. It sounds kind of like a threat.
Yeah, but even though technically it wasn't, so sometimes things that aren't. Sometimes you're saying things with a subtext, and you would have read that immediately.
Yeah, sure.
It does sound like a threat. Just like when you got black employees in there, unless niggardly's a word. Niggardly's not a word most people use.
Nah,
and we all know that.
My entire life, I've never really heard it used.
If that guy in a budget meeting said people are getting spooked, like, hey, look, the economy has got people spooked.
Right.
That's different because that's a word everybody, you know.
Sure. Someone's asking if the guy was Asian, should he have been fired as well?
Yeah. I mean, you know, they probably would fire him anyway. Probably, yeah. Just because you're Asian doesn't mean that you can say it on an ESPN website.
So he should have been fired if he was Asian as well?
Yeah, even though I think he should have been fired, I still hate ESPN for it.
Yeah. Megan, thank you.
Oh, wait, can I just say one more thing?
Sure.
It better be nice.
There was a skit on Saturday Night Live that you guys should play. That's exactly what you're talking about. They make fun of all of the slurs against Asians, and then they do a bunch of slurs against blacks, and they get fired.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I heard SNL was pretty good this weekend.
Well, yeah, that skit was really funny.
Was that the first skit about Linsanity?
Yeah, actually, it was. It was the very first.
I heard it's pretty good. Why don't we take a we'll look at that. Thanks, Megan.
All right, bye, guys.
All right, let me go to Ryan in Jersey. Ryan.
Yeah, you look. What I think happened is this fucking dude put up a headline that he puts up a million times. It's a complete legitimate thing, chink in the armor. And then some dude probably saw it and goes, dude, really? Chink, Lynn? And then he panicked and took it down, which is why it was only up for a half hour. But why are we not getting upset at newspapers like the Daily News? On the back page of them, they put Asian mania during their winning streak.
Is it
just as blatant as chink in the armor with Jeremy Lin, which, by the way, is a completely perfectly valid saying. Just because it was an Asian guy doesn't mean the guy was driving it. I mean, if you're a reasonable guy, would you really do that and go like, oh, I'm going to put chink and really get under people's skin?
Well, Asians do not like the word chink.
Sure.
No, I'm just breaking this down. What's wrong with Asian mania?
Well,
what does it have to do? Why?
And there's Asian.
That has nothing to do with it. That has nothing to do with the.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay.
Their argument would be probably, and I understand what you're saying, but it's like the difference. Chink. Everybody knows that describing because it's a legitimate description. It's okay. It's acceptable to say I went on a date with an Asian woman or my girlfriend's Asian. But if you were in a room full of people and you said my girlfriend's a chink, right? Everybody would look at you like, what the fuck are you doing? So come on, man. You know the difference between the usage of those words.
Plus, I think it's really important to the story that he is Asian because there's just not a lot of Asian players in the NBA. I couldn't even name another one right now. I'm sure there's probably at least one more, but it's very rare that an Asian makes it into the NBA. So that's why that part of the story is such a big deal.
Right, but it's just a saying, chink in the armor. They were saying Jeremy Lin was this kid who was going to come in there and score 30 a night with 15 assists every night. And the guy was saying, hey, look, he does have a chink in the armor. He gives up a lot of turnovers.
So
That's really all it was.
No, I don't believe that. Like, I understand the usage of the term, and I know you're being very technical, but living in this country,
though, Jimmy?
What's that?
Isn't that what it like? If you're a reasonable guy who has a really good job with ESPN doing headlines, and you're sitting there at 2 a.m. and you're going to go, you know what? I'm going to put the chink thing for the Asian, and that'll really get him going.
I don't think it was to get people going. I think it was to be eye-grabbing, and people go, what? And then when they look at it, they go, oh. It was almost like when you want to say something really naughty, but then not suffer the penalty, and not suffering the penalty would be the legitimate use of it, like the excuse that you're giving him. And if it was black players, I would think that he was just writing as an expression, but everyone is talking about this Lin. Everybody's focusing on the fact that he's Asian because he's new. When you write chink in a headline with his picture there, you know what you're doing.
Chink in the armor, though. He didn't just write chink. He didn't write the chink has a chink in his armor. He just wrote chink in the armor. The guy's supposed to be this unflappable ball player, but guess what? He does have a...
I understand the expression.
No,
okay, we don't agree.
I understand why you use
you
it.
believe it. Okay.
I don't think...
He must be insane, right, to do that and actually think that's going to float and that's going to be cool. He must be nuts to do that then.
No, just stupid. And these guys live in puns, dude. These guys, every headline they write are puns and wordplay. There's no way you miss that.
Well, no, you're right. You're right. They do a lot of puns and wordplay, but seriously, that type of pun, really? Like, do you really think he thought that was just going to be a completely innocuous pun?
So if
we're going to go nuts
okay,
over
so let me ask you, because Tiger Woods stands out because he's a black golfer, it's not like the NBA. If the headline, if Tiger had, I've used this example a minute ago, had made a bad decision, and it said, it's a picture of Tiger standing there with his arms up in the air, and it said, Tiger acts niggardly. But now, you could make the argument that technically, niggardly, we got it. But everyone would know what the intention of that was. You'd be dishonest to say you didn't.
If he used a word like niggardly, which nobody uses with the exception of apparently a guy in a D.C. budget meeting, then yeah, I would say that's probably he's probably going after something because nobody uses that word. But chink in the armor is like in part of our vernacular. I hear that all the time for someone who has a problem where you thought they didn't.
Ryan, I want to jump in for a second. I've been working this out in my head for the last hour. I think he just got caught up in the whole, trying to come up with a clever pun. Mm-hmm. Because I've been involved with this Linsanity for a week or so, and I found myself, I'm guilty of it on Twitter. Like, how can I come up with the clever Lin thing? The Lin pun. We've all seen Linsanity. The Knicks continue to Lin, and you're just trying to have the best one out there. And I really think he just got caught up in that whole fucking thing. Dude, the more I think about it.
But what about okay?
I don't think there was hate behind him saying chink in the armor, but I think he got caught up to the point where he maybe should have understood that ESPN being owned by Disney, this could be a problem, and maybe he should have taken a step back before he actually sent that out to everybody.
He wanted to have the holy shit one.
Yeah,
he wanted the holy shit one.
We all do, and I don't think it means like we're trying to go for some hate out there. But I mean, this Lin thing is trending on Twitter almost every day, and you're sitting there with your Twitter. I see how it happens. You're like, fuck, I want to be the one that comes up with the best one, and he's sitting there going, holy fuck, I think I got it.
Yeah.
Chink in the armor. This is fucking beautiful. Yeah. I know what chink in the armor means, so I'm not going for, look at this chink type of headline. And unfortunately he got caught.
Yeah, but dude, there's a difference between if you put it on your Twitter or Jimmy did, because that's what you guys do. You make jokes, you do that type of humor, and an ESPN website administrator. There's way big differences between the two. I don't think that guy was going for the big joke and thought chink would just be hilarious.
Okay.
Like in this day and age.
Wait, you think he was just?
I think he just threw it on there. Hey, look, chink in the armor. This guy.
Yeah, I disagree. I think he saw everybody else trying to come up with that clever pun, and he got kind of swept up in that a little bit.
Well, then, like I said,
I don't think he didn't hate those, Ryan.
No, I don't think it was hate either. But he must be nuts to think that would have flew then.
But he did think it would fly because he thought. Sometimes we think that, well, I have technically, like the excuse you're giving him. It's part of our vernacular. It's an expression. I understand that, but he thought that would be enough to override the shock at the headline.
I'm confused. You wanted him fired or not fired,
No.
Ryan?
No, I don't think.
All right, because it seems like you went back and forth a little bit there.
No, Ryan thinks that he was totally mistaken. And it was a total accident that a man who makes a living doing headlines and doing puns and headlines didn't notice the Asian face with chink in the armor when everybody's talking about the guy's Asianness.
I
don't think it was premeditated as you planned it out.
Yeah,
okay.
I think I agree with you, Ryan. I really do. I think he went, wait, I think I could get away with this chink in the armor, and this will be the best Lin pun yet.
Ryan doesn't think that. Ryan thinks it was a total accident.
No. I don't think he did it for the pun.
No, see, that's where I'm...
Ryan thinks it was a total accident.
No, I didn't. Not an accident.
That's where I'm confused by you. What was he trying to...
I think he said, okay, this guy Lin is blowing up the NBA scene. Everyone thinks he can do no wrong. They're on a huge winning streak. Oh, wait a second. He turned the ball over 9 times. Looks like he has a chink in the armor after all. Just so happens he's Asian. Okay, so you're tying it all together.
No, I
don't think it was a premeditated thing where he said, I want to go get the pun. So you know what I'll do? I'll call him a chink, and everyone will think that's hilarious on ESPN.
Yes.
On the biggest sports website in the world. world, and everyone will think it's awesome.
All right.
Okay.
So you think he just?
Well, you take him at face value. Good for you. I don't.
I don't think it's
I
that.
mean, the dude apologized like crazy, and then now, granted, whether that was true or not, I don't know, but he sure did come off like he was sorry. And Opie, I think that's where you're right, dude. A half hour later, it was pulled off the site because I think some other guy probably saw me like, really, dude, chink Jeremy Lin, like, and they were like, oh shit, you're right. Let me pull that down.
Wow, man. All right.
Like it's premeditated.
I don't believe him. I don't think the guy's a piece of shit. I think he was just trying to go for the eye-grabbing, holy shit headline.
Like everybody else.
Like
SNL,
everybody else
SNL
is.
did a whole skit on it because everyone's like, fuck, I'm going to be the clever guy with this Lynn punt thing. I don't know, Ryan. I guess we got to the famous agree to disagree because I don't see it.
I would agree with you guys if it weren't Chink.
I don't see it. I don't see that he was going for just a face value thing. No way. I think he was thinking about it.
All right, bro. Good talk.
Right on, Ryan. Thank you, man.
You guys.
All right. Yeah, this is a very good. Two more quick phone calls. Mark, go ahead. Marky,
hey guys, what's going on?
Hey, buddy.
Hey, it kills me that people are getting fired over words. That's first and foremost, in my opinion. The guys are losing their jobs because they say something.
Absolutely.
What's really getting me here, though, is that it doesn't even bother him. He's loving it. He's in the spotlight. He's having a great time. He's playing ball, and it doesn't even bother him. But yet all these people that are waiting, they're just sitting there waiting to read something or see something online to just jump in and kill everybody.
Yeah, the politician's basically saying, look, Jeremy Lin can't really think for himself. He might be fine with this, but we're certainly not fine with this. I think if the guy, Jeremy Lin, is fine with this, that should be the end of it, too.
And that should be
Absolutely.
The end of it. He's a Harvard graduate. I mean, he's a smart.
He's a very smart kid.
Not a dummy. So moving forward, I guess I can't go to the ski slopes this weekend, right?
No, I know what you do.
Next Halloween's not going to be very spooky for us, is it? Well, all that's going to change. We're going to have to be so careful about everything we say.
No, we don't have to be that careful about what we say because, again, when we make our living with words, we know what we're doing when we use them. And I just don't believe that it was a mistake. And I don't believe it's just about Jeremy Lin being offended or not, because it wasn't something that was said to Jeremy Lin in a conversation. If it was something that was...
At him.
What's that?
It wasn't said directly at him.
So people...
Just going back to what you started with, Jimmy, they're words. We're not putting guns to people's head and saying, oh, my God, I'm going to shoot you. And that's the fear. We're fear-mongering over...
No, we're not. I disagree. And believe me, I defend the language to a fault, and I defend people's right to use it, and I defend 90% of the people who go into situations like this because I think that it's a knee-jerk reaction to fire them. But just because people are language policing and are cocksuckers doesn't mean that people never fuck up with language and have to go. It doesn't mean that it never happens. The way you're saying it...
They're human. And in this
I know.
Instance,
I know he's a human.
Yeah.
In this instance, definitely, he knew in the back of his head, I'm throwing the word chink out there. Let's see if I can get away with it. And I completely agree with that. There was no, I didn't mean it. It wasn't, it's a real saying. I get all that,
Yeah.
But it's just, I don't know, more than anything, we can go on about it for hours. It just friggin' kills me that people are losing their jobs and getting suspended because they say something.
I think this SNL skit's going to really bring the point home. I think he just got caught up in the whole fucking punt thing that everyone out there that cares about this story is trying to do. Chris in Arkansas writes, the guy was either in on it or too dumb to know the difference.
Well, that's from Casino, and he's right. When De Niro said that about the guy who the jackpot on his machines kept going off. The thing is, what you're saying, dude, to me, you're looking at it almost as irrationally as the politicians who knee-jerk react to everything. You're saying, oh, it's language. You can't be fired for language. It's like, you got to look at each thing in the context and understand what the person is doing and saying.
Mm-hmm.
And yes, Jimmy, I completely agree with that. But I think what gets me too is, you'll have a guy on TV and he'll slip with the word fuck. And then 30 seconds later, the next commercial break, well, we're really sorry that this offensively, if we offended anybody, I just want everybody to know that it wasn't intended and we'll never do it again. If you listen to games on the sidelines with microphones, you hear guys all the time, motherfucker, and it's every other word is flying. Right. Nobody's apologizing for that. It's life. It's what happens.
You're right, but again, when you say fuck on the air, I don't think you should be fired. But if you come back and go, hey, look, I apologize for that. I don't have any problem with that because, there's a certain amount of you just can't. You can't say fuck when you're announcing a basketball game.
No doubt. But if you slip because you're human,
yeah, you say you're sorry, which is human, and that's it.
I think we're so soft as a people that we're letting this kind of shit bother us.
And unfortunately, sorry doesn't mean shit anymore. You can't. It's they expect the sorry and the apology and your job. It used to not be that way. Sometimes you just fucking made a mistake and you owned up to the mistake and apologized, and then you were able to move on with your life or your job, and that's not possible in most cases nowadays.
No, not at all. You can come up with a sincere apology, and there's still enough people out there to say that's not enough.
You know,
he needs to get fired.
More to my point, I just put Lynn in the Twitter search, right? And one of the top tweets right now is I'm Leslie Chow, so probably an Asian woman, and that's probably why this is okay. The impressive part of Jeremy Lin is he's doing all this with his eyes closed.
That's funny.
But you see what's going on there? I guess she gets away with it because she's Asian, you know.
Of course.
But everyone, more to my point, everyone is trying to come up with that clever fucking Lin thing. Everyone's trying to do it. And obviously the guy probably, should have fucking thought about it a little bit to see, how outrageous he was going with his. He thought he was safe because chink in the armor is a real term, but he got spanked. So,
all right, guys. Hey, Jimmy, I don't say this to many men. I love you.
Thank you, buddy. I love you. Thanks.
All right, I'll talk to you guys.
See you.
Fuck off, Mark.
Yeah.
Fuck off.
Queer?
Yeah, I was
Wait, queer for me?
I was here the whole fucking time. Remember the guy used it 100 times prior?
Yes.
Well, Tim found where he used it 100 times prior.
Oh, good.
Tim and Charlotte. Tim?
Hey, yeah, I did search. It looks like that the other 99 times were when he was reporting at the Beijing Olympics.
That's funny.
little worried.
One other thing. If I were ESPN and found out that he did it on purpose, I would give him a 30-day suspension. If I found out he did it by accident, I would have fired him.
Yeah, on purpose is it's just a rough one because it's not as ambiguous as slope or like chink is one that when you say that to somebody, it's just, I don't put it at the equivalent of nigger, which was used by I just think that's a harsher word and was used for a lot longer.
But as a sports editor for ESPN, if you did that without knowing it,
you're dumb.
I wouldn't want you working for
you. Yeah,
I see what you're saying.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
On purpose, okay, you made a mistake, you made an error in judgment, you went too far, 30-day suspension.
Right.
But to not see it, please.
Well, we live in this new world. Everyone gets really panicky, and ESPN owned by Disney. Of course, ESPN was going to fire the guy. Of course.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Walt Disney was one of the biggest racists ever.
Yeah,
that's the beauty of it.
So they say, right? Thank you, sir. Here's the SNL skit where they just go with the whole Lynn punt thing. How long is this?
New York Sports Now, Dan Mardell. Special report on Knicks point guard number 17, Jeremy Lin, and the Linsanity surrounding him. Now, despite the Knicks' loss in New Orleans, the Big Apple is still in the middle of a Jeremy Linvasion. Fellas, do you have Linsanity?
Hey, you better lock me up. I mean, I am criminally Linsane.
Oh, yeah.
My feelings are Lintense.
It's Lindescribable. I mean, I am literally Lin Love with this Jeremy Lin.
We can all agree we'll never get tired of Lin puns.
Well, as Charlie Sheen would say, Linen.
That's another thing we never got tired of. Yeah. Now, with all the talk swirling around Lin, some of the discussion has gotten racially charged. We've seen derogatory comments from Fox Sports' Jason Whitlock and ESPN.com. The bottom line is the kid's a great basketball player, and race has nothing to do with it. As the New York Post says, he's Amasian.
Hilarious. I mean, he's unstoppable. He's like that sign said at Wednesday's game, Lin is the Knicks' good fortune.
He's sweet, not sour.
He turned Kobe into Kobe beef.
And Kobe's like, hey, I ordered fried chicken.
Hey, yo, what's up with that, man?
Yeah, and the black guys get mad at him.
No, I say chicken. Come on, Joe. Joe, leave race out of this. Fellas, Jeremy Lin had some amazing moments this week. What were some of your favorite Lincidences?
Well, I'd say it was in the fourth quarter against the Lakers. Lin goes to the corner, and me love you long time, sinks a three.
gotta say Knicks Raptors last Tuesday. 5 seconds left. Lynn goes to the top of the key and wax on, wax off, Mr. Miyagi. Game-winning shot.
I picked the Knicks Kings when Lynn passed it to Maury Stoudemire. Stoudemire was dancing like Maury Povich just told him, "You are not the father."
Yo, what's up with all that, man? He was not dancing.
I'm finding the line.
If he was, I bet he was saying, "Domo arigato, Mr. Linbato."
Now that's funny. That's funny.
Now, switching gears for a moment, it's Black History Month. Let's take a moment to honor a great African-American athlete.
Jackie Robinson, an amazing athlete who broke down barriers. Robinson endured name-calling and racial taunts, but he persevered. And that's why today the sports world is tolerant.
Restore the Lynn Dynasty. New York Sports Now caught up with Jeremy Lin last Tuesday. Let's take a look.
Yeah, we talked about...
Ha! It was a great honor to throw the ball today. The court was large and the men tall like stones. Ha! Soon we battle Dallas, and I will try my tiger claw technique. Go!
Oops. Oh, so switch the audio. That person will be reprimanded.
You know, I think there's something glaring that we are all overlooking. I mean, what's going to happen when Carmelo Anthony comes back?
He likes Chinese in his MSG. See what I did there?
Yeah, I saw that. I saw that.
Hey, Carmelo's going to see Lynn in the locker room and be like, "Excuse me, are we playing ping pong here?"
Well, he may not see him at all because my homie Carmelo rolls in late.
Yo, I'll tell you one more time. One more time.
That's extremely offensive.
Yeah, the notion that an African-American men are late for work is an outdated and ignorant stereotype.
True. I'm sorry, I thought we were having that kind of fun. Dan, back me up.
We apologize to our viewers at home for the comments of Joe Dixon. They were Lynn-sensitive and politically Lynn-correct. He has been fired. In return, we'll talk Jeremy Lin with comedian Don Rickles and a crotchety World War II veteran. Live from New York, it's Saturday night!
Good skit, man. It's a good skit.
That was really fun, and it shows the black guys getting mad.
Right.
They should have hit the black guys a little harder, though.
Well, that's
with a couple of racial slurs instead of just
that's
behavioral stereotypes.
Yeah, that's the bravest they could get, I guess. Right? They should have went all in. But more to the point that everyone's just trying to fool around with that whole Asian angle.
And they didn't say chink.
No. They're not that brave.
Yeah, why didn't they say chink? Oh, I guess they're. You know,
what?
It was funny, but
well, they're not that brave. It was good. It's a clever skit. We would have wrote it differently.
Not much differently, but a little bit. Like I like the black guys getting mad. That's funny. It shows you how phony people are. But
right,
you got to do a couple of black slurs, not just late for work and
chicken.
Yeah,
chicken reference.
You got to do something about Spook or Jay. The jig's up.
Right.
And say chink. That's what the whole. Unless this was done before chink. Was this done before the chink?
Well, Saturday night is on Saturday night, 11:30.
When did this chink one happen?
Saturday, 2:30 a.m.
Oh, so it hadn't happened yet.
I think it happened.
Yeah, you mean so Friday night?
Friday night into Saturday morning.
Oh, okay.
So they had about 10 hours. So they probably had this. They had this skit already written, during the week.
Maybe when you read Daryl's book, you see they blow these together quick. Sometimes.
I know. But they could have certainly updated it. Chose not to.
And they should have said chink.
Chink in the armor, right?
Yeah, chink. There's a chink in the armor, and then the guys show the guy.
But that's what everyone's trying to do with this Lynn thing. So everyone's out of their minds trying to come up with the best pun possible on Twitter, on TV, during their sportscast, just walking around the office. Everyone's just trying to be that clever guy that comes up with the number one, pun. And that I think that's what happened to that guy. I'll say it again. Got caught up in the whole fucking thing and didn't think it would be a problem.
And last week we had Andrew Lincoln, and I tell you, I started watching Walking Dead. It's fucking great.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Oh, let's talk about that next.
I'm only a couple episodes in. I don't know how much to say about it yet, but I will shortly.
I gotta go pee-pees, man. So there you go. I think Joe DeRosa's coming in today.
He's here.
We have any other guests?
I think that's it.
All right. I want to talk
That's a hell of a guest.
Joe DeRosa's a hell of a get, right?
Yeah.
I want to talk about the Whitney Houston funeral a little bit, I guess. I don't know.
It's a lot of coverage.
I fucking sat in front of my TV for 4 hours. I never was at a 4-hour funeral. What the fuck? I thought I could watch this thing for an hour and then go outside and get some air. Oh. I felt like I couldn't leave the TV.
It would have been disrespectful.
Yeah. I just wanted to be on top of it.
Yeah.
4 hours, though. What the fuck?
Kevin Costner.
We'll talk about it next day there.
Get up if you want to. It's Grim in the morning with Greg and Jim.
How low can you go? Death row? What a brother, no. Once again, back is the incredible rhyme animal, the uncannibal thief. Public enemy number one. 5-0 said freeze, and I got numb. Can I tell them that I really never had a gun? But it's the wax that the Terminator X-Bun. Now they got me in the cell cause my records they sell. Cause a brother like me said, well, Farrakhan's a prophet and I think you wanna listen to what he can say to you. What you ought to do is follow for now. How the people say, make a miracle, keep up the lyrical. Black is back, all in, we're gonna win, check it out. Yeah, yo, come on. Here we go again.
Getting topical.
Hold up, wait a minute.
With the Sex Man.
Good morning, sexy.
Good morning. You stepped on the hook.
Whatever. I couldn't wait for it. Sounds exhausting to sing like that, doesn't it? I love Public Enemy, but just imagine being the guy. It's exhausting.
Imagine them taking over your Halloween show.
Fucking E-Rock. Wow, he's awake now, huh, Sam? All three of us in the bathroom like, hey, that was a pretty good hour we just had.
Well,
and E-Rock just goes, yeah.
E-Rock still doesn't
Yeah.
like.
You don't know how to socialize in the bathroom, do you?
I don't want to socialize in the bathroom.
It's us, though. We all accept that we got to take leaks at the same time. So we're like, what the hell? Usually you don't talk when you're in the men's room, but that's the only time we get to talk off air. So we talk a little.
Yeah.
But you're still old school. Yeah.
Or just get the good vibes going. Like, yeah, you did a good job. You're going to come back strong. You were like, that was a good hour, huh? And E-Rock was like, yeah.
I go, what's up with you? You still asleep? Yeah. I go, why? He goes, oh, a lot going on. There's always a lot going on with E-Rock.
What's going on, E-Rock? I had a lot to do with my house this week.
But it's always vague.
There's 2 nights of staying up late for watching wrestling. So I think that probably.
It was a wrestling night?
Well, last night and Sunday night was Elimination Chamber, which was very exciting.
What the hell
What the fuck is that? Stop with that shit.
Elimination Chamber?
You're making everyone mad. What the fuck is that?
It's the last stop on the road to WrestleMania.
Is it now?
When's WrestleMania?
At the end of March.
See, I could accept WrestleMania, but
40 days away.
What,
Did you watch Elimination Chamber?
Yes, I did.
Why?
Because it's awesome.
It stinks. Who was in it?
Everybody.
Punk is still the champion. He won.
CM Punk?
I like
That's right.
I'm Team CM Punk because people are asking me between him and Breezy. Fuck that Team Breezy shit.
Exactly.
Team Breezy?
Chris Brown.
Yeah.
Chris Brown and CM Punk have a little thing going on Twitter.
That's right.
And I'm Team CM Punk all the way.
But they literally are naming wrestling shit now after Twilight.
What?
That was the whole thing with Twilight. Team Robert or Team...
No, that's
whatever.
rap.
That's
Team
Chris
Breezy
Brown.
is Chris Brown.
No, but I'm saying, didn't they just take that from Twilight?
Oh,
like,
they might
how
have.
gay is that?
Oh, I don't know.
They might
It
have.
was the characters in Twilight were... Who are the main characters, Sam?
Nah,
Don't act like you don't fucking know.
It was Edward.
Yeah, Edward.
Edward Cullen, and I forget the girl's name, but I like the Twilights.
You like the Twilight
Not
series?
as much as I thought, though. I don't like the Wolf Boy. He annoys me.
Really? I have no opinion.
Team Jacob. Team Edward and Team Jacob.
The funniest part of Jim saying that was you holding your hands like this
Yes,
and rubbing them
gingerly.
together.
Jimmy admitted that he likes the Twilight movies. I've never seen them. I have no opinion on
I want to
them.
see the Harry Potters, and I want to see Lord of the Rings. I've heard they're good.
I'm all in with the
great.
Harry Potters.
The Harry Potters, except for the first one, are awesome.
Even the first one as a kid movie was pretty cool to
Yeah,
watch.
it's-
What the hell, man?
It's not
I'm not
terrible.
going to watch every kid movie, but I enjoyed it.
It's not terrible. It's
And then
not
they went
great.
dark with the whole fucking Harry Potter movies.
The last one was awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, but why would you ever send your kid there? There's a very good chance your kid's going to die if you're hanging out anywhere near Harry Potter. It's stupid.
Opie,
I would pick another
these
school.
People didn't know that the Dark Lord was going to return from the dead. I mean, you know.
kind of knew like 3 movies ago that there were some shenanigans going on at this school. Maybe you shouldn't enroll your kid in this place.
That's a good point.
Why the fuck would you enroll your kid in a place where half the students die and then everyone celebrates by the end of the movie?
Wow, did you just ruin Harry Potter? I think you might have just logically ruined it.
Why did I ruin it?
Because
the series
you just
is
put it
over
out...
and everyone saw the movies.
No. I don't mean ruin it like... I don't mean gave it away, ruined it. I mean, you just made such a logical point that I think I might never be able to enjoy the films ever
Well,
again.
unfortunately, you know, being a parent, you look at things differently. And I say unfortunately because I kind of liked how I looked at stuff. But now when you have a little guy running around, you're like... Who the fuck would send their kid to this crazy school where people are dying left and right?
Well, when all that shit was going down, they did close the school. That was a couple of movies ago.
Yeah, Voldemort was their Columbine. Like they shut down the school for a little while.
Where were we? Oh, Public Enemy? No, I want to know why E-Rock has a lot going on. It was just wrestling shows?
Elimination Chamber plus Raw, and this is the first Raw that's like really ramping up to WrestleMania.
Right. And could you explain the CM Punk Chris Brown thing? Because I don't even know. I just know I had to pick a side, and I went with CM Punk.
Well, CM Punk tweeted randomly that he wanted to fight Chris Brown and made a comment about curb stomping him.
Oh, really?
And then Chris Brown responded saying that CM Punk was on so many steroids that he couldn't please a woman, and that he would have his assistant send his biggest fan, CM Punk, an autograph package. That's the big Twitter beef.
And did CM Punk write back about being on steroids and beating a woman or anything like that? I would hope that would be the response.
Yeah, he didn't respond.
But at this point, if we're going to talk about this whole thing,
why not?
Rihanna deserves everything she gets.
You think so?
Yeah, Chris Brown wished her a happy birthday yesterday, and she tweeted thanks.
Yeah, I saw
Got
that.
the whole Twitterverse in an uproar.
What the fuck's she going to do?
And now they're both on each other's remixed single.
She's probably scared.
Man.
Thank you.
Nah, man. They're
So
going
fucking...
I mean,
they're going to get back.
From a marketing standpoint, it's brilliant because they're both on each other's song right now. So that gets everyone going, what? I got to download that.
Well, it's classic fucking, you know, social justice. If she doesn't give a fuck, why should we give a fuck? You know what I mean? Why is there still any sort of outcry with it if she doesn't care?
Yeah, good point.
That is true.
You know? So fuck it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying, guys? I just rolled in today to make a few points.
Absolutely. Home run.
Joe fucking DeRosa in the house, playing the Laugh House in Philly. I said house twice there. That's never good.
It's all
This
right.
Friday and Saturday at the Laugh House, Joe DeRosa.
Yes.
Why the Public Enemy there, E-Rock? I used to like Public Enemy a lot.
Well, Malcolm X was assassinated 47 years ago, and most of their stuff features a lot of Malcolm X teachings and images in his videos.
So we're celebrating?
Just remembering. That's
Oh,
all.
remembering. Okay. Well, I didn't know why. Of course
47
we're not
years ago today?
Of course we're not celebrating. That would get you fired if you said that on a radio show. That's horrible.
Not really, no. If you celebrated King getting shot, but Malcolm X is still scary to most white people, so they wouldn't mind you saying, well, he was a rabble-rouser. Even though I prefer him of the two. If anybody wants my opinion, I prefer him to Martin Luther King, yeah.
Malcolm X had the better movie, without question.
By far the better movie.
Well, without question.
And by far the better quotes. Like, yeah, Free at Last is kind of nice, but by any means necessary, it's probably more realistic.
Yeah.
That's what I would say if I was tough. But I'm not.
We got the Rihanna, Chris Brown thing. So Chris Brown verse from Rihanna's birthday remix. This has got everyone talking. Of course, not our audience because we don't give a fuck about this, but somehow we got on this topic, so we might as well play this. It's 40 seconds. We could all handle it.
It's not even my birthday. And he's trying to put his name. Girl, I wanna fuck you right now. Been a long time, I've been missing your body. Let me turn the lights down. When I go down, it's a private party. Ooh, it's not even her birthday. But I wanna lick the icing out. Give it to her in the worst way. Can't wait to blow candles out. I want that. Ooh, baby, I like it. It's so exciting. Don't try to hide it. I'ma make it my bitch.
He can sing. God damn it. He can't say he's not a good singer. He is terrific.
He is terrific.
Yeah,
wow, you know, marketing wise, he got us playing. It's smart as all hell, but
It's a good song, too. That's not bad.
yeah.
Yeah?
Yes.
Didn't bug you with the cake?
That's that style.
No, it's all right.
Did he say Did he say I want to lick your ass and mouth?
No, you're icing off.
Oh.
Cake.
I'm so dirty. I think he said I want to lick your ass and mouth.
Well, he's certainly
I know, at first I thought he said asshole, but then I was like, oh, he's saying icing.
Icing.
He's certainly talking about pussy there.
No, he's talking about cake.
No, he's talking about
No.
I think he's talking about
Why do
pussy.
you-
No,
He's thinking about cake.
I think it's pussy and maybe a little asshole.
I don't know why you got to take everything
I
to a
think that's what's
lowbrow
going
place.
on there. I think. What's going on? Sam knows this one. What's going on with Chris Brown and the gay sex thing?
I don't know anything about the gay sex. I mean, there's been rumors.
Supposedly, someone screen capped a conversation. Screen capped his DMs to another guy.
Oh, I mean,
and no one's really brave enough to go with it. I saw it floating around over the weekend. I don't know how true it is. Did you see it, Sam?
No, but it's right here.
What's it say?
Oh, who's got it? Superficial?
Yeah.
Superficial has it. Chris Brown allegedly had gay sex. Wait, what was the headline? I'm reading it. Gay sex with Martin?
Martin World.
Leaked DMs allege.
Oh, DMs on Twitter?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
someone decided to screen cap this shit because they think Martin had his Twitter open or something.
Martin World said, "Am so above all this, bro. Get real. Delete my number from your contacts. I ain't gay, bro, and bi. Am proud like Fergie, Nikki, and Jessie J. You the one hiding. What I do and with whom is my business." And Chris Brown writes, "And nigga, I heard about you hooking up. And nigga, I heard about you hooking with Trey too. You can stay fucking dat homie. I stay selling out shows."
But that's not gay sex. That's him calling a guy gay.
This is just the beginning of it there.
Oh,
Joe.
I didn't know there was
Shoulder
another
rose
page. I'm sorry. I jumped the gun. I jumped
mackerel.
the gay gun over here.
No, this is just their conversation. They screen capped the whole thing. And then Chris Brown, I don't.
Wait, what was the last one about Fox? I forget. What's the one? I don't want to.
Out of turn there. All right. And then Chris Brown's next one was,
"Fuck you, Fox News, Good Morning America," and
What's the end of the
whatever.
And then this is what Chris Brown DM'd.
If this is really his, it says.
Yeah, we don't know.
Because it doesn't say verified next to it. Should it say verified or no?
I would.
I don't
think maybe it doesn't say it on the DMs. It
Yeah.
looks like it's
what
might be starting from the bottom up by the time codes.
Oh, okay. Well, thanks. I was reading it backwards. "I talk to you the way I want to my nigga. I sell out shows. You still a nobody except for writing songs for major celebs. That's all. Just because we messed around a few times don't mean you should respect a nigga. And the shit, hence, FAME, fag. Yeah, I enjoy when you fuck the shit out of me, nigga, but that's only in the moment. Only a stupid nigga would reject an opportunity like that." Do you see?
Or DM about it.
Right.
Do you see Chris Brown?
That was a Chris Brown DM, supposedly. We don't know.
Do you see him writing that? Like,
that'd be crazy.
man, if somebody hacks your Twitter, come on, he couldn't be that dumb.
Well, dude, my whole thing with this is Chris Brown's a guy that beat the living shit out of a woman and showed virtually no remorse for it, right? And in this culture where people will just put sex tapes out to do anything for publicity, why would a guy be above a publicity stunt like this? We'll just put it up, say that I did a gay tweet sex thing, and then we'll say that it was fraudulent, my account got hacked. It's good for attention for a while. Do you know what I mean?
Maybe, but in that world, gay shit.
You would lose some credibility.
Yeah, I think in that world, because he doesn't need that right now. I mean, it might be with another celebrity girl, but I don't think any guy would allow them, like, say, "Yeah, you fucked the shit out of me, nigga. It was great." I don't see anybody doing that for publicity. I think that's a stretch, Joe.
Jesus, Joe.
Yeah, Chris Brown is just getting his reputation back. What do I do? How about this? I'll get fucked in the ass by this guy who writes songs. That's great.
Yeah, you might be a little off on that one, Joe.
Yeah.
A little bit.
But
you might want to reel it in a bit.
Unless he was drunk. I mean, maybe he was drunk. Was he drunk when he hit Rihanna? They said they had been drinking.
I don't know.
I don't know either.
It was before the Grammys.
But let's just say, for the sake of argument, perhaps this is a big if. But what if he was drunk and wasn't thinking and wrote this? That I could believe.
Well,
what if he was? Maybe.
Well, it's not taking off, so people are not brave enough to go with this one.
I'm also still not sold that it's tweet sex. There's a way to interpret this where if Chris Brown called, what's his name, Martin World?
Yeah.
A fag, right, or gay, this dude would have came back and went like, oh, I liked it when you fucked me. Only a dumb motherfucker would not take that opportunity. You know what I mean? He would say shit to fuel on Chris Brown. Keep calling me a faggot. You fucked me. Do you know what I mean? Like, there's nothing here about, like, I want to fuck you in the ass. I want to come. All Chris Brown stuff is like, you're nobody. I sell out fucking shows. You're a piece of shit. Da-da-da-da-da. See, I heard you about you to sue Amazon for $2 million. Your lawyer.
So what are you saying? They didn't really have gay sex, Joe?
I'm saying there's nothing here.
I'm confused now.
I'm saying there's evidence here that Chris Brown is calling this guy gay and accusing this guy of being gay.
And the guy said he's bi, and he's proud of it.
Yeah, exactly. But everything this guy says in response, to me, could be interpreted as a guy being insulted and trying to insult him back in the best way he can. Chris Brown never says anything about fucking this guy.
He says about being fucked by him, though.
The guy says it, though.
No,
Chris Brown said it.
No, where?
Chris Brown
Right there
said, yeah, I enjoy when you fuck the shit out of me, nigga. But that's only in the moment. Only a stupid nigga would reject an opportunity.
I thought that was the other guy.
Let's see, Chris Brown saw an
it.
opportunity to get fucked in the ass, and he went for it.
Okay.
That's what that
I'm
is
way
saying.
off of
if
this
it's
whole
true.
thing. I'm trying to. All right, never mind.
Yeah, I don't see any rap like mix-up vernacular where you fuck the shit out of me, nigga, can mean something else.
I thought the other guy said it.
All right, well.
Sorry, I didn't see it.
But I don't believe when the guy is going, yeah, and you delete this shit.
Well, I just want to move on from whatever relationship he had with the guy. I don't know. They had a little beef. Maybe some gay sex. I don't know. I have no idea.
Let me just answer the question one more time, honestly. And I know I got shot down the first time. Do you really think these guys aren't street level fucking hip hop scene? They are in the Britney Spears machine right now. Do you really think it's beyond them to be talked into doing a publicity stunt like this?
Yes.
Really?
Because Chris Brown is a sex symbol. He's a sex symbol for women. I don't think they wouldn't do anything to fuck with the fact that he's now at the Grammys, he's back, his reputation's okay. The last thing he's going to do is allow them to Twitter, you fucked me real good, nigga, because that will follow you for the rest of your life if it's true.
But getting on Rihanna's song, you know, that goes more to your point to get a publicity thing going.
Because if your account got hacked...
Maybe they hate each other, but their people got together and said, look, fucking, you know, throw a little something down. We're going to add it to her song. It's going to be good for you and good for her. I wouldn't put it past him.
Well, it's obvious why he would do that. I'm a little surprised why she would do that. I mean, Jesus Christ.
Yeah,
I guess maybe it's some Christian, I'll forgive you shit, or whatever.
That's money. I mean, they're both so big. It's
Speaking of the gay, you got a jazz. I didn't hear this yet, but the guys are saying it's hilarious. There's a jazz FM radio station in the UK, and they aired 4 minutes of gay porn audio over a jazz song. I've been in radio a long time. I know how this happened. You got a board op, right? You got to assume some kind of board op.
Show, yeah.
It was a pre-taped show, so you got a board op. His whole job is just to sit there and wait to hit commercials, right? So of course you're gonna make some phone calls. You might tweet. You might see what's on the internet. And this guy, I would assume, decided he was gonna watch some porn, some gay porn,
some of that gay porn,
and he so happened to have some kind of pot that was potted up. And had no idea because he probably turned down the audio or something.
Yeah, he probably thought it was in like
Q.
program or Q or whatever it is.
Right.
Yeah, and thought he could just hear it in the studio because he was listening to his gay porn and not.
And he's got to
realizing.
listen to the song to make sure he knows when the song's either over or the program's over. So he kind of had to have both on, but he assumed that the gay porn part was not being broadcasted. If that makes sense to everybody.
Right.
All right, but no, it was broadcasted,
He
and we
assumed
got
wrong.
it. So listen to this. Maybe not listen to this. Let's see here. Come on.
Perfect kind of jazz.
You already know this is going to be good.
This is a chance for love. I don't want to miss out. You can
Wow. How do they know that's gay porn, though? I mean, it sounds like because they don't hear any women, but
is there a story behind this?
No, just that the station's head of programming issued a statement. Unfortunately, we had an unauthorized access to the live feed this evening, which resulted in a highly regrettable incident.
highly regrettable.
Please accept our profound and sincere apologies for any offense that may have been caused.
In London's swanky Kings Road.
So now they're in commercial because it continues.
Oh, there's more. Okay,
Oh,
I
yeah.
thought that was it.
Oh,
Goody.
The fucking song ended, and then they go right to commercial, I guess.
Would you think less of me if I recognized this audio immediately? Like, oh, that's oh yes, that's Kip and Jerry go to camp.
A highly regrettable incident.
Highly regrettable.
That's funny.
Highly regrettable incident.
So the song ends.
The Pheasantry in London's swanky Kings Road, Chelsea. Plus the
That proves, by the way, the board op's not paying any attention because now there's like a slight dead air, and then he's like fading up another fader with the commercials. He's just all.
You think he's cranking?
Oh man, he's all just worked up.
fantastic music room in the Maidstone restaurant to enjoy the amazing sound atmosphere.
Get underneath
Watching musicians and jazz fans' favorite. Visit jazzfm.com to win tickets to a variety of Pizza Express jazz gigs around the UK. It's all with Jazz FM.
I'm Paul Strongman, MD at Wishtrack. When I set up my own business, developing educational software, I quickly realised I needed to take on more people, so I took on an apprentice. They made such a difference that within a couple of years I've taken on 3 more. I really value the ideas, energy and enthusiasm they brought to the company, and I can say quite definitely that I couldn't have built my business without apprentices.
To find out how apprenticeships can deliver for your business, call 081 50 600 or visit apprenticeships.org.uk. I'm Helen Mirren, a global ambassador for Oxfam, and I'd like to ask you to do something simple but transformational. Host an Oxfam get-together to celebrate International Women's Day on the 8th of March, and the money we raise will make a vital difference to women worldwide.
Oh, fuck. Yeah. Fuck,
What you do to raise money is up to you.
Oh, that's when he realized?
For coffee or cocktails or hospital.
That's when he realized.
And you know that he probably just turned it off and like looked at the equipment. Oh my god, no, the phone's not ringing. No, it didn't go out. No, I'm not fired. Pretend it didn't happen. No one's taping. It's late.
This is great.
Yeah, it's great. So what did the guy from the station say? I want to hear it from your mouth again.
He apologizes for the highly regrettable incident.
Is that the guy, Steve Quirk?
No, it was the funky sensation.
Mike Vitti?
Yeah.
Oh, what a fat creep he looks like.
Wait,
Bob Kelly.
Wait, Mike Vitti was
bear.
in charge of the radio station that day, or was it his show?
Both.
But what do you mean both?
Like he's like the program director, and this happened during his shift.
Oh boy,
that's what the Daily Mail said.
Really? Is he fired yet?
No.
What do you mean no?
No.
They do things differently over there?
I guess he's in charge. It was a pre-recorded Saturday night show. They're emphasizing.
Right. So
But
he
it
was in studio that day.
Yeah, listeners
So
of
he was-
Saturday night's Funky Sensation program
know,
were
what a-
stunned.
Stunned.
That's such a great
They
title,
kind of went
too.
together, those two songs, in
Yeah.
a weird way.
Do you think somebody put it
Two
over his
songs, the
audio?
song, huh?
Like a hacker?
Like a hacker? No, do you think someone put
I
it
don't
over
know.
the audio?
You got something on this, Travis? That is classic.
Yeah, this is my favorite audio in a long time. From what I understand, his show is pre-recorded, so it was his show, but it's just somebody running, tape of it.
Yeah, Mike
So I
Vitti
don't-
wasn't in studio.
So, who
that
the
day.
board op was probably watching porn.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he was bored.
He
He's-
already said that
Mike Vitti didn't want to take credit for the fact that he was watching gay porn while
So
his
was Mike
Funky
Vitti.
Sensation show was
His
on.
Funky Sensation show was on the air, pre-recorded,
Yeah.
and whoever was running the radio station that night was bored out of their minds and decided, there's a perfect opportunity to watch gay porn.
Yeah,
Get
he said that
all
he
worked up.
he plans to apologize
Jesus.
again next week.
Who? Mike
Vitti,
Vitti?
because it was already pre-recorded.
Because it was his show.
Yeah.
Well, so the thing is that you think that they were just watching on the computer. They didn't realize that the computer.
I think so.
Absolutely.
I'm amazed at how fucking careless people are. It's like if you want to crank off the gay porn at work, just bring your laptop in.
Yeah,
Like, why would you risk?
Or your phone.
But you
leaving
just
any
assume.
trail?
Don't do it on the computer that's routed through the board.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
See,
It's
like right now,
Yesterday we talked about this a bit, but
but I just hit one button. We could listen to that, but it wouldn't go over the radio. You know what I mean? He thought he had it all figured out. He probably double checked, triple checked. Said,
You would
okay,
have
I
to,
can do
because if
this.
it's something like gay porn, you better be really sure.
He was so
that.
sure that it wasn't on the air that it continued.
It's
He
for
just
4
assumed
minutes.
that he assumed that he could hear both audio sources, but only the listeners could hear the song.
He was probably double and triple checking and didn't realize that the third time he checked, he just left the button on.
Yeah, he's checked it out.
Yeah.
He's done that a million times. That's all. He's done it so many times. He probably just took a look. That's all good. He didn't think
It's all
anymore.
good. I'm going to watch my gay porn while the fucking listeners listen to this horrible jazz song.
Screen cap. Can you grab that audio?
I know.
please?
Well, what are you going to do? What are you gonna do?
Eric's not paying attention.
Yeah,
didn't catch
Rock,
that
did you
one.
hear what you just said?
Yes, you said screen cap. Can you capture that audio?
Thank you.
No, but what did I say?
I don't know. I wanna find
He's not paying attention.
What are you doing in there?
You watching gay porn in there?
What are you?
Rock?
What's going
What are
on
you
with you
doing in
today?
He's cranking. He's thinking about Sheamus winning the Elimination Chamber.
Elimination
What are you
chamber.
doing that you missed, Opie's?
We're down Anthony all this week, so I need you to step
Yeah, what are you
up. And what
doing?
are you doing? You're falling asleep in there already.
Nah, I was looking up other things.
What were you looking up?
You were looking up nothing.
What were you looking up? Quickly, what were you looking up?
Looking up email.
Checking his email.
He's the greatest.
I love the honesty of Eric.
He's the greatest.
email?
Just read some email.
He was in space in the bathroom.
Yeah. He's just searching for pictures of The Undertaker. Forgive him. The Undertaker made his comeback.
What?
Did he?
Oh, yeah.
50.
Was he able to do anything except one chokehold in the entire match?
He hasn't wrestled in a year, so that remains to
Why?
be seen.
Why was he out of year?
He hasn't wrestled since last WrestleMania.
But why was he hurt?
No, he's just not.
He wouldn't
can't work a regular schedule.
He's got to be mid-50s, right?
He's
someone,
probably-
someone in the room said 50. He's got to be way over 50 at this
He's
point.
probably early 50s.
That's
'cause he
it,
was
huh?
young when he started. But he shaved his head.
How's he look?
Oh, why?
He hasn't taken his hood off yet.
Oh, that's
Maybe it's not him.
It's him.
When the music started, did they all go, "Yeah, it's the Undertaker"?
Do the lights
Yes,
go
we're
out?
fans of The Undertaker.
How does he control the lights like that? It confuses me.
Terrible.
Why are you shitting on? What's the matter?
Oh, it's just terrible.
Yeah?
Yeah, comes the Undertaker. Bury him. Really? Has he? Yuck.
Really?
I love.
Why hasn't he been arrested yet?
Exactly.
Killing all these people in his
I,
cloud to go from city to city. He's a serial killer.
He doesn't kill anyone.
I'm a big wrestling. I like wrestling a lot. I think it's awesome. But
Still?
I never.
I used to.
I never realized till today how every title of the event sounds like a gay porno movie.
Elimination
Elimination Chamber sounds like a gangbang movie. Did you see Raw?
SummerSlam.
Royal Rumble.
Yeah, everything fucking.
Wow, that's very good. What about WrestleMania, though?
That one. Yeah, well, yeah,
A
kind
little bit, I
of.
guess. Yeah, wrestling around a little bit. Naked.
Yeah, a little bit.
E-Rock, what were you doing this weekend?
A lot of work on the house.
Like what work on the house? Strengthening the floorboards?
See how vague he is?
Because there's a lot that goes on with a house. So, I'm not
It's
going to give
vagary.
every
Well, what were you doing?
pointless
What?
detail
Name
of it.
3 things you did this weekend for the house right now. Go.
Exactly.
Moved in furniture, removed furniture, took the banisters off the stairs to check carpeting, and moved furniture out of the basement.
That's one. That's 2 things.
That's
You
one.
said move furniture
Put
twice.
Right.
Picture of Sheamus in every room.
He likes his wrestling.
He
huh?
loves Sheamus.
And why'd you have to? Do you like Seamus?
I just met Sheamus, yes.
Who's Sheamus?
Exactly.
He's the Great White.
That's what Eric does when he says he's associated with this show. Seamus. Not E-Rock. Not E-Rock. What did you have to check the carpet for on the steps?
Because we're getting new runners on all 3 sets of stairs.
Okay.
What
How
are
old is
runners?
it? Oh, they cover the carpet. Plastic, right?
Why are you getting
No,
runners?
It's carpet that covers the wood on the stairs.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, okay. All right.
Because the cat keeps falling down the stairs.
Your cat's stupidly slipping?
Why is the cat slipping?
The wood
is the cat blind?
No, the wood is very
usually
well
good.
done, but the cat can't get any traction on the stairs. So when she tries to run down too fast, she just trips and then goes falling right down the
Why
stairs.
haven't you taken video of this yet?
Yeah, man.
Because I'm never there when it happens.
You could
I'll be downstairs or in another room, and then you hear when the cat.
That would
fell
be
down.
a YouTube sensation. Let's
Yeah.
get this done.
You could put the Nintendo cartoon that says E-Rock Video.
Yeah.
Wait, what was that Nintendo guitar? I don't remember
You wanna
that.
see it?
Yes,
Coke
I would
Logic
love
did
to.
very good work with it.
So, does the cat ever hurt itself?
No, she just gets startled and then runs back up the stairs and
Even
hides
better
under the bed.
for a YouTube video. Let's do this.
Oh, he really has his own production.
Oh, yeah.
Oh no, I
You
forgot.
remember
It's
this.
so bad though.
You've seen this 4 times.
Rolling
Video
Rick
stinks too.
Springfield.
It's a terrible video.
It's awesome.
This is the E-Rock out of his videos.
Would you be mad if I threw
E-Rock video.
Would you be mad if I threw my open orange juice at that, that
No.
computer monitor?
No, I'm mad that you didn't.
Freshly squeezed?
Freshly squeezed.
Where the fuck we get that from?
I don't know. I ordered apple juice, but I got a freshly squeezed orange
that's
juice. Not
nice.
a bad surprise there,
That's
bro.
nice.
You know, showbiz sometimes treats you all right.
That's nice.
Mario's body.
That is the fucking faggiest
It's horrendous.
fucking thing I've ever seen in my life.
That's horrendous.
It looks awesome.
So, gay porn guy fired?
It looks like
board up?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Well, it's in the UK. Maybe they handle things differently over there. Maybe they realize that maybe the guy just made a mistake.
He's all worked up. It was all just
lathered up.
I love the point that was made that he was totally caught off guard with that commercial
Yeah.
spot because you don't hear a sweeper, you don't hear anything. You
No.
just hear one thing down and then one thing
Yeah,
potted
there
up.
was supposed to be something.
Oh,
there.
yeah.
Something. The name of the show, something. What station you're listening to?
Not just
We'll
some
be
guy
back
getting
after
blown.
these
No, he
messages.
was
You know,
so
he was
concerned.
coming right at that moment. Ah, shit.
Or maybe he
Fucking forgot to
realized,
put the-
because the commercial fades up, maybe he thought, wait, the internet pod is down. And he went, holy fuck, the internet pod wasn't down the whole time.
No,
You know
no.
what I mean? He mixed up the two.
Right.
It's the same feeling.
Faders.
He had the same, when you said he just stared, he had the same feeling in his stomach as like when I used to wait tables and like you realize you forgot to put somebody's order in. And they're like, you know what I mean? Like 10 minutes after they were supposed to have it, they're like, where's that shrimp scampi? You're like,
Try to blame the kitchen or something.
we're a little slow tonight.
yeah. You got to yell some stupid number code in the kitchen. Yeah, shrimp scampi, 76, that fucking scampi. Whatever
What's that
means,
mean?
like move it fast. I don't know. There's some fucking code for it. I
really?
can't remember it. Yeah, there's all these like number codes in a kitchen where you yell, you know, when they go 86 the fucking mozzarella, you know, when they're out of mozzarella.
So
but
the code is help me out here.
there's like a number
Save
code.
my ass?
Yeah, for like, I fucked up. Please
Just do
make
this
thing.
immediately?
You know, maybe it's on the fly. I don't fucking know. I
whatever.
got nothing to back up my claim. I just said it.
Not only was this a highly regrettable incident, but it's also described as an unfortunate erring.
Unfortunate.
It's an unfortunate erring.
Wow, they're being polite.
They're British.
That's some polite shit right there.
It's an unfortunate erring that while you were trying to enjoy jazz, we played two men fucking each other in the ass.
To the beat of the jazz song, by the way.
He was getting a good deep dicking. That was no tentative helmet in the ass. That was a legs back deep dicking. That was a good one.
Guy's all in with his gay porn. I
He
guess,
sure
huh?
is.
He couldn't wait to get his gay porn on.
He doesn't like a lot of chatter.
No,
he doesn't like a lot of story in his
He
porn.
doesn't like the storyline at all. Let's get right to the action. If we're gonna do this, let's do it.
I just can't believe again, like that he's doing it on the fucking computer, routed into the. It's just like Jesus Christ, you got to be fucking retarded. This is how all these guys want. This is,
But it's easy. It's set up nice. We could look. Our computer's right here. Boom.
But it's clearly not. If it went out over the air, that's my point.
He thought it was in queue.
But it's like, why would you?
Here, go hit that. See. All right, maybe I just fucked up. See, I couldn't even figure it out.
These guys, every time something like this happens, it's like these guys are serial killers. Like, they want to get caught almost, so they do it in a very dangerous way. Just bring your laptop in and fucking cream the screen.
I wondered if he had family that knows that that's his shift.
No, there's problems on so many levels with that guy.
Because you can't just say, "Oh, I got fired. They downsized."
Right.
You know?
No, it's going to be on the news at 6 o'clock.
Board hopping for Mike Vitti tonight, the funky sensation.
Were you the one who was playing the men fucking each other while the jazz was... Mom.
No, I bet Mike...
Mom.
Oh, Mom. We all know what was happening.
Mike Vitti doesn't tell his friends that he pre-tapes his bad show because he wants them to think it's live.
So now people
so
think
they
it was
all
Mike
think-
Vitti himself.
They all think Mike Vitti was jerking off to...
Oh, no.
This fucking fat guinea.
And people don't understand the radio business in general. So, yeah, most people just assume that Mike Vitti
was just...
born. So Mike Vitti is pissed off. Gives a new meaning to his show, Funky Sensation, by the way.
Funky
I know.
Sensation.
What an appropriate name.
So Mike Vitti's got to be out of his mind pissed off.
You the one who was...
Make sure you get his apology, because he is going to make sure everyone understands that he had nothing to do with the gay porn.
I just, well, when you first said jazz, I thought it was going to be like that, doom, 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 which was
Old school.
Would have been really funny to hear a guy getting fucking ass smashed.
It would actually be, the ass fuck would be preferable to the jazz, I think.
Yeah.
So do you think that, like, the guys, the board ops parents were like, "Did you hear what happened at your station? A man was playing audio of the men fucking each other in the buttocks." And he had to go, "Hey, Mom, I heard that. I quit tonight." You were. Why did you quit? I won't work for a station that has that. I won't be a part of it, Mum. I quit suddenly. Who was it that did that? I don't know, Mum. Some new guy that fired him too. But I quit.
Filthy poofters.
Yeah, I don't need to be when poofters are getting played. Well, why would you quit? I just had to, Mum. Let's not talk about it. Don't tell anyone I quit.
Jesus.
Is that funny? Man. Oh, Mike Vitti's going to be explaining everything. When is he back on?
His regular shift is Saturdays, the Funky Sensation.
And this just went down 2 days ago.
Yeah, apparently.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't wait for Saturday's explanation.
I can't wait for
Saturday
the next edition of Funky Sensation.
With Mike Vitti.
Can we get a copy of that? It's going to be a hit.
Yeah.
Oh, my
So you think the guy went home to his mom and was trying to cover up the whole fucking thing?
Yeah, either that or he had to play it off. She's like, they were playing audio of one man having sex with another one in his bum. I didn't hear that, really. I quit earlier in the night, though, so I probably was gone by the time that one happened. I was out with my girlfriend. I didn't know you had a girlfriend. Yeah, you've been dating for a while. Susie May. We went out. Me and my girlfriend. I quit. Quit that job. It was disgusting. They were really going fast and hard. Were they really, Mom? I didn't hear that. Oh, well, let's not talk about it. Don't tell Dad.
You got that shit down? That's really good.
Oh, shit. Fucking.
All right. There you go.
Fucking Mao.
It's Black History Month. I guess we could do today's honoree. Joe DeRosa is going to be at the Laugh House in Philly Friday and Saturday. Laughhouse.com. You got to spell laugh weird, though.
Is that a black audience? It's a black room, right?
When I started there, and it was.
Oh, you did? Okay.
It was a black room. It's become more mixed over the years. It was a great place to start because you got the, just get the, on stage get the shit knocked out of me just for being the white guy.
I headlined there. I mean, I middled there, I think, and Kevin Hart hosted way back. That's where I met little Kev, and I forget who closed.
Where's Laugh House?
South Street.
Oh, it is?
Like 2nd and South, yeah.
Will it be black when you do it or mixed?
It'll be mixed. It's getting more and more mixed when I go back there. So, I mean, at least for me, I don't know how it is.
Why don't you do
for everybody.
Helium?
It's a black club.
Yeah, every comic.
Every comic
except
is
for you
black. You're the only non-black.
Michael Collier, Orlando Jones,
No, it's
Tony
true.
Roberts.
Oh my God, it's not one white guy.
He's supposed to be very funny.
What do you mean it's
He's
mixed?
hilarious.
Don Curry, DC Curry, sure.
There are no other.
Alex Thomas.
It's all black.
There's not a white face.
Orlando Jones. Where?
All that's upsetting me is that my face isn't in these.
Of course not.
Yeah, they don't even. They're not even brave enough to put the white comic on their website. That's how black this place is.
They didn't even put my
They're
face
trying to
on
slide.
it.
They're trying to slide you in between some chocolate.
There's some people that are in there in May.
Holy fuck, dude! Are you kidding me? This place isn't mixed.
Click
What are
on
you
more
talking
shows.
about?
Click on more shows. Maybe you're under more shows.
You might want to go to a tanning salon before the weekend.
Jesus God.
Oh, yes.
Darken
there
up a
you go.
little bit.
Wait, he's under the section, plenty of tickets available. Because it's black, not because you're not good.
I don't know
Yeah, I
if
got
he's
you.
a black guy or not, but next weekend is Kareem Green.
Wow.
Oh, wow. Brad Trackman is white. Comedy Showcase with Brad Trackman, Sunday, February 26th.
Well, there you go.
At 10:30. Only a black club does a Sunday 10:30 show.
There's something on Wednesdays called Hilarium. I can't tell if that's the name of the show or the name of a black comic.
All right, Laugh House.
Or just a
Jodorowsky.
misspelling. Because you know how they spell.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Jesus
well.
Christ.
Those.
So, Joe, you got 4 dates. Okay, you got 4 shows.
4 shows. Please come out, guys.
Ladies' Night Out, hosted by Josie in the morning. Power 99 FM. Anything Power is black. Power is always black.
That's Miss
Yeah.
Jones from
Oh, is that
Hot
her?
97. Yeah.
Oh, there you
So
go.
what is she doing down
Jonesy.
there?
Now she's Jonesy on Power 99 FM.
Is she not allowed to take her name?
I don't know.
Jonesy?
Maybe she didn't want to be associated with it because that was the Tsunami song.
Oh, really?
So she's still not on in New York anymore?
No,
Hell
no.
no, man.
She got thrown off a while ago.
Oh, she was the one that got booted for the tsunami?
Well, she didn't get fired for that. She got fired.
She got fired pretty quick
Todd
after.
Lynn did. Todd was on that show.
I remember that.
And now he's dead. Poor Todd.
Yeah, I know.
Another one.
Fucking
Jesus.
sad. God
I keep
damn
having
it.
Patrice dreams. I had one last night. I had one. Well, I was away this weekend, and I dreamt that we were eating, and I had pudding or something like a weird soft food, and I was flicking my spoon at somebody, and he was laughing, and that loud that loud Patrice laugh, and it just woke me up. And I forget what we were doing last night. I dreamt about him too. I don't remember what we were doing. Walking somewhere. We were walking somewhere, and we sat down and ate. Both times because we ate a lot, so I think that was why.
I had a dream about him like 2 weeks ago that was, and I can't remember exactly what it was. I think I was at his barbecue for the 4th or something, but we were just sitting across from each other and talking, and it was so fucking vivid and real feeling that when I woke up, I was like literally like shaken up a little bit. I was just like, Jesus, man.
Some people say that you're actually talking to the person in your dreams.
I'd love to know people who say that and then correct them. You're not. You're just
Explain-
remembering it.
Yeah, explain why we then turned into unicorns
Yeah, exactly.
and flew away to a castle.
I wasn't talking to Patrice in my dream because he was being nice to me.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, there you go.
He wasn't insulting me at all.
That would prove that point wrong.
Yeah, but it was one of those dreams. When my uncle died, I had one of those where we were hanging out, and it was so fucking real that like when I literally
yeah.
you're like shaking a little bit when you wake up.
With me, it's with my dad. I've had these conversations in my dream where I go, "Holy fuck, that was him," and it freaks me out. I wake up.
How long's your dad been dead?
7.5 years already. Wow,
That's rough, man. I'm sorry to hear that.
that's all good. It's all good. Jodorowsky continues with him. We'll do that, and we're going to talk about Whitney Houston. Even though you guys didn't watch the funeral, but we'll talk about it a
What
little
happened with her?
bit. She had a problem. She had a little issue.
Oh.
And her daughter is a mess. And let's talk about Whitney a little bit.
She's doing all right, though, right?
No.
Whitney's not.
Whitney's not doing all right at all. And the daughter is not far behind.
She passed away.
With her issues. And we got Chris Cornell singing "I Will Always Love You," which I thought was fucking solid. But we're gonna
Where
do
do they
that
sing
after
it?
the break. Yeah, Chris is doing his thing. He does a lot of covers, and he decided to do that one night.
On stage.
Yeah, it was a
Fuck
show in
yeah.
San Francisco.
Chris Cornell saying, "I will always
really
love
good.
you." Really?
Yeah.
He
All
did-
right. I'm sorry.
I thought he did a
Won't
great
judge.
job. You know what? I'm going to play it for you after the break, Joe DeRosa. But first, it's Black History Month, so we do this.
For Black History Month, the Opie and Anthony Show recognizes some of the individuals whose contributions have shaped the African American community and changed all of us for the better. Today, we recognize one of the great black sitcom characters in television history, Styx from Happy Days. Styx appeared on TV during a time when no black people were allowed on Happy Days, and he made quite an impact. Acting as Fonzie's best friend for 2 full episodes, Styx proved to the world that some white people were good-hearted and open-minded enough to have black friends.
Listen, it's really nice to meet you, Ralph Mouth.
Hey, Potsy Weber here, Sticks. How you doing?
Listen, Sticks, we gotta get together sometime, play some basketball.
Basketball?
Yeah, well, you guys are supposed to be
Ralph.
really...
No, man, I don't play basketball. My hands get too slick from eating all that fried chicken.
Hey, how's it going, Sticks?
I just got stood up by a blonde that I didn't even know I had a date with. We've been talking about basketball and fried chicken. Look out for a discussion of the joys of eating watermelon.
Styx went on to star in several porno movies, making it clear that being part of an iconic television show was only the beginning of his show business journey. Stay tuned as we continue to recognize significant African American contributions for Black History Month here on the Opie and Anthony Show.
It's all good. I'm going to watch my gay porn while the fucking listeners listen to this horrible jazz song. Hey, Joe, I want to talk to you for a second.
What's up, Opie?
It's no secret. Chicks dig rich guys.
Now, what?
Like yourself.
What are you talking about?
You do well because you're rich, right?
Oop, I hate to say I'm rolling in it, but I'm swimming in it.
You're swimming in it?
You know what I mean.
Let's face it, the best way to get in a girl's pants is if she thinks you have cash.
It's true. I'll often throw a wad of money in a girl's face at the beginning of a date.
And it helps you?
Yeah, oh, yeah.
You make it rain?
No, it's more like I make the cash hit her in the face.
You make it drizzle a little bit?
Yeah.
Sure, you can try to BS your way at the bar, but that's going to get you nowhere. That's why you need ESTmen.com. Unlike sugar daddy sites, which are filled with rich old farts, EST Men is filled with regular guys who know how to play the game. At EST Men, are we talking to guys or girls here? I don't even know.
Everyone.
What do you mean everyone?
Everyone.
Who are we talking to? The women that listen to us?
I think it's for the guys, right?
Or is it for, or
I think it's for the guys.
It's for the guys. You're saying you got to play the game. It's
So
saying,
what? The guys go to the website and make believe they're rich, or are girls out there going to go to the website to find rich guys?
Exactly.
I need to know who I'm talking to for the live read, Sam.
You just read the paper.
All right. Fine. Where was I? Do you remember?
Start from the beginning.
Hell fucking no.
Something about money getting into
Old
a girl.
farts. EST Men is filled with regular guys who know how to play the game. At EST Men, we're going to learn if I'm talking to guys or girls here in a minute. At EST Men, you don't need to be famous or have a six-figure salary as long as you have the confidence of someone who does. You don't need to be living in a penthouse. You just need enough cash to show the women a hot night out. Sound too good to be true? It's not. With 3 girls for every guy, the problem is there's not enough rich guys out there. So if you can play the part, there's no better place than ESTmen.com. What do you have to lose? Sign up for your free trial now. I have no idea what I just sold. I know what I just sold.
I know what you sold.
What did I sell there?
It's a website for guys that can't afford to be playboys or sugar daddies, so they go to that website and kind of pretend that they are, and the website somehow lets you orchestrate a sham, I think, that you have money when you don't have it. You just need to put it on for a night.
And the girls just are stupid and don't understand this?
The girls don't know what's going on unless, of course, they've heard this live read.
Oh, I see. Wow. This is a weird one. All right, so you go to ESTmen.com, and you make believe you're rich, and then the girls bang you?
I think so. I don't understand.
This is... What?
No, but I don't understand how it works, because they're going to know the website they're going to. They're going to be like, this is the website where the guys pretend like they're rich. But
No, but there has to be a way. Go to EST.com. There's got to be a way around it.
It's ESTmen.com, Sam. Instead of
Establishment.com.
playing footsies with Roland, will you help me out here?
What do you need? Just
You don't know. We want to go to the website because we don't understand what we're selling.
You don't have to.
So you're a guy that's not rich, but you go here and then make believe you're rich.
Right.
But then when the girl goes, hey, I want to go out on a date, and you show up and you're obviously not rich, then what?
I think I know how this works.
Yeah.
I'm going to take a stab at this. I bet you that it's like when you get a quote for like a truck rental.
Okay, sir.
You go to one website and it farms you out to a bunch of sites. I bet this farms you out to other sites.
There you go. Look, these guys look like they could be rich. That's the point.
You're an EST man if you're established, successful, or talented. So now what happens?
So now you're on the dating website, but you have enough money that in one picture you could look like you might be rich. And then you take the girl out on a nice date, but you don't take her back to your shitty apartment, so she thinks you might be rich.
Then you don't get to have sex with her.
Yeah, you have sex with her in the car or in her place or something.
Because that's what rich guys do.
What kind of millionaire? What kind of millionaire fucks in the back of a Buick?
I know, exactly.
Rent a nice car.
Listen, I'm one of those eccentric billionaires. I can only come in an alley.
As soon as I realized I could get a nice apartment together, I wasn't finding fucking parking lots to park in there, Sam. I don't get this.
It's for a wild fling.
What? So now there's cheaters?
By the way, if you don't have money to be a regular rich guy, you don't have money for a wild fucking fling either.
You gotta save up enough money to be a rich guy for one night.
I don't understand. I want to understand our clients. What did I just sell? Did I do a good job for these people?
No, because
I'm guessing no.
Broken the product.
I don't want to feel like these guys got ripped off by this company or myself.
They did, because you decided to question everything, and now you've deconstructed
Well, just explain
their
what the fucking thing is.
I can't do that.
Maybe they should rewrite the copy. I don't know what I wrote. I don't know what I just read.
They didn't
It is
ask me.
confusing. It's not your fault. I don't think it's your fault. I'm on your side.
So maybe I ruined one library, but we gain a client for life here. Maybe they get back together and they work this shit out.
There you go. Look on the bright
So
side.
you're supposed to be a slob that goes to the site and you look rich all of a sudden?
I don't even know anymore.
I'm being honest. Tell me what this is about.
Well, I'm not on the website.
Yeah, I mean, that seems to be what it is.
All right, go to estmen.com and I guess figure it out.
Jesus.
That's a good tagline.
No, it's
It's
not.
a great tagline.
Figure it out.
Go there and figure it out yourself because obviously we can't tell the people.
Go to estmen.com. Beats me.
Right.
Go to the website because you might get banged.
Is that
So
what's
you might be
happening
able
here?
to
Can I
fuck
see
a
the?
chick.
Can I see the copy?
Yeah. See,
'Cause
now
I
Jimmy's
will
involved.
figure this out. I'll figure it out for you.
All right.
You just gotta look like you might have some cash.
It says basically, it's no secret. Excuse me, chicks dig rich guys. Okay, we get that. Let's face it, the best way to get in a girl's pants is she thinks you have some cash. That's true and honest. It really is the best way to get in a girl's pants if she thinks you've got money and you've got something going on. Sure, you can try to BS your way at the bar, but that's going to get you nowhere. True, because she'll see your lousy clothes, she'll see the cheap drinks you're doing, and she'll smell your Drakkar Noir cologne. So far I'm with this. That's why you need estmen.com. Unlike sugar daddy sites, which I have been on, Jim Norton is saying that, I have been on them, and they don't work. It's all spam. It's all spam on the sugar daddy site that I was on. It stunk, and it was not one that we promoted on the show. Unlike sugar daddy sites, which are filled with rich old farts, EST Men is filled with regular guys who know how to play the game. At EST Men, you don't need to be famous or have a six-figure salary as long as you have the confidence of someone who does. You don't need to be living in a penthouse. You just need enough cash to show the woman a hot night out. It's very self-explanatory. Sound too good to be true? It's not. With 3 girls for every guy, the problem is there's not enough rich guys out there. So if you can play the part, there's no better place than estmen.com. What do you have to lose? Sign up for your free trial. What that's saying is,
But the women are going to know you're not rich.
No, but they're not saying...
you're the same guy in the bar that was trying to get something
I think
done.
this is basically for guys who have something decent going on, but don't live a rich lifestyle. Because it's not saying that you should lie about being rich. It's saying you don't have to be rich or have a six-figure, as long as you have the confidence of someone who does. So if you're a confident guy and you have something going on, you can succeed on this site. It's because it's not saying totally pretend you're someone else. Because then logic says when you get home.
What if you're a rich guy with low self-esteem? Where does he go?
Can't be on the site.
Sugar Daddy's site's probably rich guy, low self-esteem because he lets the money do the talking for
So
him.
basically, this site is for guys that know they don't have a lot of money, but they have confidence.
Yeah, and they can show you a good night out, and they have a decent amount of money. Maybe a guy that makes 40, 50 grand who can't afford to take a woman out.
But are the women assuming that these guys really are rich, and then they're going to be pissed off?
No, I don't think so. I think they'll go and this is a guy who has a decent income, who has the confidence of a rich guy.
He's got his shit together.
Fuck, Jimmy just saved the client.
But I think that's what it was.
We just saved one, Sam.
Because they're saying that if you go on a sugar daddy site, you're only going to be there's a bunch of rich guys over there. You can't compete with that. Here it's just other guys kind of probably in your decent financial range, but you're not competing with a guy who makes $6 million a year.
Gotcha.
Because anyone who's going to fuck a guy for $6 million a year doesn't care how much you have going on. They're going to fuck the guy for $6 million a year.
That's why I asked, Sam. Now we know the answer, and everyone is happy now.
Thank God.
See?
I'm happier.
ESTmen.com.
If you feel like getting up, then go ahead. If you don't, what do you want from me? It's Grim in the Morning with Greg and Jim.
Hanging with Joe DeRosa, Jim Norton, and that's about it, I guess. I was explaining Linsanity to Joe DeRosa.
Yeah, I'm not I don't know sports.
But this is how big this story is, that someone like you that doesn't know sports, you know a little bit about it. You know what I'm saying? It's on everyone's radar.
Yeah, I know.
I'm trying to explain the turnover thing to Joe DeRosa, and my opinion, a lot of people looking at the turnovers that Jeremy Lin has so far, but the way he plays, he's going to turn over the ball a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, 9-10 a game is bad, obviously. But you're going to accept the fact that he's going to turn over the ball a bunch of times because he is aggressive and always trying to, push the action and drive toward the hoop and stuff.
But given that technique or whatever you call it, right?
Yeah.
That style of game, what would a fair number of turnovers be considered per game? Because I know his average is still high.
I think you would accept 4 a game.
4, and he's at about 6 a game,
Yeah,
right?
well, he had that one game where he had, I forget now, 9 or 10.
9?
Was it 9?
Yeah.
That's a lot, no matter how you play, obviously. But he's aggressive. He's going to turn over the ball a few times a game. But I think you accept that.
All right.
My opinion, which
That's
means nothing because we're not a sports talk station. So
Yeah.
no one's going to pick up my quote and go with it. Nothing.
But
it means nothing.
It's all right, though. You're allowed to have an opinion.
It's my dumb opinion.
It's not dumb.
All right?
Don't talk about yourself like that.
Whitney Houston is buried, and Joe had a problem with the helicopter showing the hearse driving around.
Yeah, look, I know that when somebody like this dies, the funeral itself is made a production out of by the people that are orchestrating the funeral. But when you see a helicopter covering the hearse on the freeway in L.A. or wherever it was, like it was OJ's fucking white Bronco, you're just like, Jesus Christ, man! Like, is there any?
Well, why do they have
consideration for the dead person's privacy, the privacy of the family, anything? It's just kind of gross.
Why do they have to have the camera there?
What camera there? At the funeral?
It was televised. It was a 4-hour show on CNN.
That's what I'm saying. Then you know what? Maybe I don't know what I'm speaking to. If I'm speaking to the public or whatever, I understand.
I like that shit, by the way. I like that voyeur shit. So when I heard there was going to be a camera, I was like, yeah, I got to watch this.
It's fucking creepy that there's
But it's weird that the family would want or need that.
It's one thing to televise the funeral and go, look, she was a worldwide international celebrity, and her fans want to pay their respects in their own way through their TV set and watch the celebration of her life. I get that.
Right.
When you start following the hearse with a camera, like it's somebody fleeing, like it's cops or something like that, then it's like, okay, so why don't you just bring the camera into the coroner's thing and we'll watch the autopsy? And, it starts to get morbid at that point to me.
Yeah.
Why don't you just put a camera on the dead body for the 24 hours that it's sitting on ice or whatever?
We're probably heading that way.
We definitely
We're probably
are.
heading that way. Eventually, that's exactly what will go down.
Without question. I don't think.
I just have no interest in it. It's not, and it's not because I think I'm above it. I just don't give a shit. Like, I guess for fans, it's one thing. If you're a hardcore fan, like if Ozzy died, I would want to watch the funeral and the wake and stuff. Excuse me, because to me that would be an event. But Whitney, I don't care about. There is a morbid voyeurism to it, but the way they act like it's this gigantic helicopters following the hearse is just a statement of how desperate we are for news. Like, she's dead. What do you need to see the hearse making a left?
Right.
It's not Kennedy's limo. I don't understand the attraction to that. That doesn't help it's just for a bunch of commentators to say things that we already know to keep you watching her body be moved. It's fucking morbid.
Yeah, it's insane.
That's not a fan. Maybe there's a fan. I don't know. I have no interest. I just don't.
But if it was
give a
someone you
shit.
cared about, you would watch.
I don't even know if I would.
That's an interesting.
I would absolutely.
Interesting reference you're saying with Kennedy, because I think event like the Kennedy assassination, the tape, right? I think events like that are what build up to something like this, because there's this sick fascination where they go, well, we only have that much of the Kennedy tape. We only see this one little clip where he gets shot. We can't get close enough to see what happened. We're not in there or whatever. And then that slowly grow into, we're going to cover every fucking aspect of this in any way that we can, whenever we can. You know?
You don't want to miss the moment. Like, Leary had a joke. Dennis had a joke about when Oswald got shot on live TV. You just never moved from the TV again because, you know.
Right.
And,
Didn't want to miss anything.
Yeah.
Right.
There's been that had a couple of the most, that was the most amazing moment ever caught on live TV, I think, is Oswald being executed by Ruby.
Right.
So, I mean, watching that.
Didn't they catch Robert Kennedy, too? Getting assassinated on tape?
Yeah, I think the camera just missed him, though. You're right, though. That's a big one, too.
But Oswald,
but
man, that was on live TV.
I think, you know what
Holy
it was?
shit.
You caught the shot, but I don't know if you actually saw him getting hit, because the first shot I remember is you see Kennedy laid out on the floor, and we're going to go on to California, or whatever he said, and then I guess the camera didn't think to follow him walking away. Now you'd have 50 angles on it.
Oh, fuck yeah. Yeah, you got to remember... Well, most of us weren't alive, but when Oswald got shot on live TV, that was like, holy... We're used to seeing weird shit now as a society because of all the, channels and the internet and what have you. But could you imagine back then you're just watching TV and you watch a guy get killed on live TV?
Yeah, it's insane, dude.
Is to move him to a maximum security cell. Oswald walks his last mile. His assailant moves in from the right.
He's been shot. He's been shot. Lee Oswald has been shot.
Now, from another camera, the motion is slowed. The murderer moves in, and here is the shame of all America as Jack Rubenstein takes the law unto himself. The dying Oswald is rushed to the same hospital where President Kennedy died. Doctors work to save his life. But 48 hours and 7 minutes after the president's death, his accused slayer is dead.
Wow.
Amazing story.
That's the report of what happened. But I mean, I wonder if they've ever shown the actual, live audio, live video. Excuse me.
Oh, I'm sure they have.
I'm babbling over here. That's after the fact.
Right.
They looked at it again.
Yeah.
But it went down live.
Oh yeah.
Right. Well, and that's seeing that speaks to where the culture was then mentally and where the culture is now mentally. It's like even after that happened, what year was that? 1969?
63.
So 63, Jesus Christ. All right.
Most people would never ask that question.
Not a history buff.
But that's one of like five, whatever. 5 years you should know.
Come on, please. 63, right? What celebrities died in that time period? I mean, there were musicians that died back then.
Right.
I mean, Martin Luther. Well, no.
Oh, you mean musicians? Like
But
you're
like a
saying that the
celebrity.
politicians took priority?
Well, what I'm saying is like, Christ, Sam Cooke or whoever died in the 60s, right? Whatever celebrity, musician, actor, whatever died back then. Marilyn Monroe, right? It wasn't like after the Jack Ruby incident, we put a camera on those people for the entire duration of the funeral and go, we need to get every fucking inch of this. Which back then there was still respect. That was what I'm trying to say, and I'm rambling.
I understand your point. Like what started this new trend is basically what you're trying to say.
Video, maybe the ease with moving video cameras. Don't forget they didn't have. It was really a lot harder to film stuff in the '60s than it is now. The convenience wasn't there.
But
either.
I mean, the trend of where it's totally okay to have a camera at Whitney Houston's funeral. What was the one incident that started that recently?
Well, I think Jim's.
Because Michael Jackson, that wake or funeral was live as well.
I think it was.
Was there one before that? Was it Michael Jackson that started this? Where now we're going to put the camera right inside the church?
No, it was OJ. It was the OJ.
trial?
The OJ trial is what started. Dude, do you remember
that ramped us all up to this point?
It was. This is so funny. I know this date. It was June 1995. Do you remember sitting at home and watching them trail his Bronco down the Los Angeles freeway?
Course.
And you were just like, I can't believe I'm watching this right now.
While the Knicks were playing.
Yeah, it was like insane, dude. They never had anything like that. And then they had this morbid, gruesome fucking murder trial.
That was 94, wasn't it?
94.
No,
The
it was
murder was
95.
94.
Was it 90? The trial was 95, though, right?
But when was the
Yeah.
Bronco chase?
94.
It had to
I
be
can't remember.
94.
20 years ago.
Yeah, well, either way. It was all of a sudden you were let in and you got to see this whole thing, and you're watching people talk about their family members get decapitated or whatever. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I think that's what started it. That's when it really, we were building up to it, and then it broke. And I think you have a great point too with the video thing, because video's cheap and it's easy, right?
And light.
Yeah.
When did cable come in? Cable came in the
78, I think.
70s. But when did like all the cable channels, where you had HLN and you had Fox News, when did all of them start competing for viewers? Like, when did it become 24 hours of news?
CNN.
Okay,
90s.
CNN. So
CNN
that's what
started
started.
that.
That's what started it, was this need to fill the time. I think you've said that.
Yeah.
With the need to fill the time with stories. Plus, it was a bunch of things coming together. The information being passed, videotapes, the need for news.
Well, because when you had a half-hour newscast and that was all you got, you didn't have time for all the nonsense.
Because you had Vietnam, you had
real
JFK,
stories.
You had real stories. The
The
Russians.
news still does real stories, but they have all this other time to fill, so now they're going with this sensationalism.
Who's got that bit?
I probably do.
It was me. It was
Where
a
they
brilliant
say,
bit on my part.
Watch it be a hacky, awful bit.
I know.
No, it's really funny. They go, when I was a kid, the news took a half hour. And that was it. The news came on, it was a half hour. And they go, and that was just about right. Like, it wasn't 24 hours. And they go, even in a half-hour news show, they still had to have a horseshit story at the end about, like, a squirrel doing something funny or whatever.
Water skiing or whatever the fuck it would do.
Who the fuck's bit is that?
Probably Jimmy Tingle, or a comic of that ilk, political guy.
I think Elvis's death was televised, and that's what started, Oscar says.
That was a big death, though, just like Michael Jackson's was.
Someone's saying Princess Diana's funeral was
that was a big one, too. And so was the wedding. The wedding was
But I'm talking about, I'm talking about, specifically, funerals and wakes.
JFK's funeral.
When we start televising.
JFK's was a massive funeral.
Did we televise the whole
God,
thing?
yeah. When John saluted.
Well, I know that we have that footage. Yeah, I guess you're right.
But we're also...
Were we inside the church?
I don't know.
Because I'm sure we've done stuff leading up to the church, but I'm talking about going now inside the church.
But this is the thing, too. Princess Diana and Kennedy and whatever, you're talking about crucial, instrumental, socio-political figures in history. You're not talking about Whitney Houston's hearse.
Well,
do you know what I mean? There's a difference there to me, where you go, the president has died, we need to show the nation his funeral, but at the same time, we're not going to videotape or film, right, the fucking hearse turning the corner and going down here.
Hey man, they showed the crash site of Princess Diane, and there's actually footage of her dying. That no one's really brave enough to push out there.
Dr. Steve
it shows up every once in a while here and there a little bit, but
Dr. Steve said the hostage situation started a lot of this. Nightline, 24-hour news cycles, etc.
Yeah.
Nightline, I forgot about
I'm
Nightline.
talking specifically about going in the church now for funerals and wakes. That's all. I'm starting to think maybe Princess Diane was one of the first ones.
Wait, but was Diana before OJ, though? Did she die? It was
It was
right
all,
around the same time.
Diane was
after OJ.
After, yes.
So I say OJ started this.
Plus, as time goes on, it gets easier to get cameras in because they're not as invasive. Or
Yeah, we got a couple things going on. When did all this ramp up where we're really getting personal? And also the other question is, when did we start broadcasting actual wakes and funerals of famous people inside the church, where you're hearing eulogies and songs and,
Michael Jackson, I mean, they obviously did it with Diana, too. I don't know. See, here's here's my argument is they definitely did it with Diana. They definitely did it with Kennedy. But to what extent did they do it?
Princess Diana was the whole fucking thing.
But did they...
If you remember. It was the whole fucking thing.
But was it like the Whitney Houston funeral?
Fuck yeah, man.
Oh, okay. All right.
That's what I'm saying.
Remember. Okay.
But before that, I don't have one that comes before Princess Diana.
What year was
Where
Diana?
we're inside
96?
the church. All I'm asking is, when did we start going inside the church?
Well, they did it for presidents, didn't they? Every time a president died or a world leader, they had it in that national church down in D.C.
Maybe.
But did they go in the church, the John salute that Jim's talking
That's
about?
on the street.
Yeah, that was like...
I'm talking inside the church. You didn't hear... We weren't inside the church for JFK's funeral.
I don't know.
I'm almost positive.
You might be right. I just don't...
I don't think they were.
Now, all I'm saying is, now when these celebrities die, it's going to be, normal to just throw it on TV now.
Well, Reagan,
we had Michael
too.
Jackson, we had Whitney Houston. We're going to start seeing this more and more now.
Well, we're seeing everything, so we're more comfortable seeing everything. It's like, and I guess we just expect now to see everything.
Absolutely, and that's kind of what I was trying to say earlier. Is like it speaks to the mentality of the culture. It's like with for lack of a better term, this Twitter generation. It's like there's no privacy. There's no wall between anybody and anybody else anymore. No matter how famous you are, no matter how exclusive you are, no matter how rich or whatever, it's everything needs to be televised, and it gets to a point where it's just kind of gross. It's like
I love it.
God.
I'm not gonna lie, I love it. I love the voyeurism of it. Yeah, I have no problem with it.
But don't you feel like it's almost like seeing porn 24 hours a day? It takes away. There's no mystery anymore. It takes away everything.
I don't need to wonder what a funeral looks like.
But
people's lack of ability to reveal themselves is what makes me hate this. I don't hate
people's what?
Lack of willingness to reveal themselves. Like, I don't mind Whitney Houston's Awake being televised, but I just wish that when it happens, in the same breath, the same people that are watching that don't cry like fucking babies when your privacy is violated. That's what, like, people cry like, what about privacy in the airports?
Right.
Don't cry about it when you're all sitting in front of the television watching this fucking hearse go down the street.
Right.
You don't respect privacy, so don't expect it.
Okay.
That's like a Jim Spration. If you don't respect privacy, you cannot expect
I like it. They're saying Pope funerals, too. We've been televising for a long time.
Pope funerals are big. Well, remember when Reagan died and there was like they televised the tour of his coffin?
Yeah, that was recent though.
Yeah.
I'm trying to figure out when it really started.
I think
televising the funerals and the wakes.
I think you did with Diana. I really think
it's
that's
either
the
Princess
first.
Diana, popes before that, I'm sure, but the popes were always on a different level. I think
they were on a different level, and it wasn't sensational. It wasn't sensational when a pope died. It was sensational when Diana died.
Like, you think when a pope dies, you understand he's the head of the Catholic Church. It's a world event.
Right.
And they've always been televised, a lot of people are saying, for as long as most people can remember.
Yeah, and the difference between that and the Diana thing to me is obviously she's a major world leader, right, or was, right? But like the point is that they didn't follow the Pope's car down the street, to the hospital as he was being rushed in to fucking be put on the table to pass away or whatever. It's like, but they had the footage of Diana's car racing down the freeway because the paparazzi was trailing her. They had the crash. They had the body being pulled out. All that shit.
I also think it's when the Pope or when it's a president's funeral, there's a quiet respect, and there's nothing to be learned. It feels like when it's a celebrity like Whitney or somebody, they're looking for more to sensationalize. Like, they're looking for, and Bobby Brown is coming. Oh, will there be trouble? Were the drugs the factor? For some reason, when it's a president or a pope, the facts are out there, and there's a certain dignity they handle with.
Yep.
Like, here's the car approaching the church. It's not a sensationalized feeling, and it's not a free-for-all.
It's just a moment in history.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, I'm not trying to disagree, guys.
All right. Well, what do you think of Bobby Brown leaving Whitney's? Now we're discussing it. He shows up with 9 people. They're like, "Look, man, it's you plus 2. What are you doing?" And then he got mad and left.
Who?
He brought a whole entourage to his ex-wife's fucking funeral, making it about himself, and then he leaves. He leaves.
He wasn't supposed to be there.
No, I guess they finally gave him like a plus, him and 1 or 2 people. But then he decided to come with 9, and when all 9 couldn't get in to a church that supposedly held 350, I think, and they had like 1,200 people in there, he said, "Fuck this," and he left.
His statement was, "I was there with my 2 children. We were asked to move our seats 3 times." He goes, "I felt disrespected, so I gave my respects to my wife, and I left." Ex-wife and I. But I mean, that's exactly what we're talking about too. It's like the fact that was a fucking literally a headline the next day. It's just gross. When it's a president or whatever, like you said, it's like the hearse is approaching the church. A very sad day in American history. There's a reverence there. With this, it's
get what you can info-wise. Yeah. Grab the info before the next people do.
People are bringing up John. People are bringing up John Lennon. We weren't inside the church for his wake or funeral. There was always like where we went right up to the doors of the church, and now we're inside. That's all I'm asking today. When did that start? So
I don't know. I think it's a bunch of stuff, dude. I don't know if it's one event or if it's just the merging of
Just a slowly.
the technology is coming, the news channels, the obsession with celebrity, the information. Like, it's like 10 different things coming to a head. So you could look at OJ, but then you go, but you know what, Diana's, yeah, but there's a million of them you can look at.
And someone is saying one of the Kennedy funerals was televised, so that would have been Robert.
Maybe, yeah. I just don't know. Top 10. Oh, let's see. That's a good one, Sam.
What is this?
No, it's Whitney.
Oh.
Top 10 what?
Oh, I thought it was
top 10 touching moments from nationally televised funeral for Whitney Houston. Let me read some of these top 10 moments.
Dionne Warwick reads a poem from Whitney Houston.
From her?
Yep.
Okay.
Kevin Costner recalls The Bodyguard.
What year was that?
Bodyguard, probably 91.
That's good. It's relevant.
That's the last time he had contact with her.
That's good. Did he talk about fucking No Way Out too?
Yeah. I love how they have to go way back in time to go, look, see, we were really close and we had a special relationship.
He quickly tried to kill somebody that produced Waterworld.
Right. What else?
Clive Davis pays tribute to his loyal friend.
Yeah.
I Will Always Love You, as pallbearers carried Whitney Houston's body down the aisle and out of the church.
As much as I'm a fucking prick, that was pretty...
Who sang it, her?
Yeah, because Aretha Franklin was supposed to, but she was either sick or I don't know what the fuck happened to her. So when they were, taking the coffin out of the church, they played Whitney singing I Will Always Love You. It was a fucking moment, to be honest with you.
All right, yeah. I mean,
I don't like showing
emotional.
my sensitive side, but I was like, holy fuck, that's a fucking moment. They're lifting up the coffin and carrying it out of the church as she's belting out. I Will Always Love You.
Tyler Perry recalls Whitney's grace.
Now, did Tyler do it as himself or as Medea?
Medea.
Okay.
I'll tell you what happened with the Tyler Perry. Everyone's like, holy fuck, this guy could preach. He was pretty impressive. I'm getting real again here, but the guy you think he'd just be a dummy up there, and he preached better than most, the pastor himself. I think.
Now were they friends?
Yeah, but he's like, no one really knew that we were friends for the last 4 years because we kept it kind of low key. But
think he was fucking her?
I don't know.
Or just friends?
It's a little weird. Why wouldn't you want the world to know you're friends?
Did Ray J talk?
No.
So Ray J didn't talk. The boyfriend, the ex-husband didn't talk. The kids talk.
No.
Ray
Kevin
J
Costner
was
fucking Whitney Houston?
Yeah.
Jesus,
apparently.
Dating her. Rock?
I know. I just found that after she fucking died.
Oh, okay.
I never knew what was going on with them.
Oh, yeah.
And then they love pulling at the heartstrings. Like a few people said, had a conversation with Whitney, and she was ready to go back into rehab, but she just needed to get past the Grammys, and she was going to go. She was so close to going back into rehab. And I'm like,
get the fuck out of here.
Fuck up.
If she wasn't.
Yeah, but the people that have to go with that, it's like, shut up. That's just another excuse why you're not going into rehab immediately. God, these stupid reporters. The sad part of the story is she was ready to go back. She was going to go back right after the Grammys. But what? She was going to have one last fucking drunken fling at the Beverly Hills Hotel?
I'll tell you what, I just learned that BB Winans is a man.
Oh, yeah.
I never heard of
that
BB.
was a girl, BB and Cece. I thought it was two sisters. I didn't know it was
the
one of
BBs
them
and the
was a guy.
CCs.
Yeah, and the AAs.
Delivers an emotional eulogy.
I guess.
Alicia Keys breaks down.
Yeah, I guess.
Was she singing or talking?
Yeah, she sang something.
What'd she sing?
Some song.
No One is a good song.
Huh?
And no one. Oh,
yeah.
She's good, man. I got her on my iPod. That bitch can sing.
Going to the church was one of the top moments of the Whitney Houston.
Yeah.
Why?
A preacher from New Hope Baptist Church opened the funeral by stating, "We welcome you to our home, and we're going to have church today. Whitney, you are the only one that could bring us all together. Today is your day. We celebrate you. We come together for this family."
That was emotional?
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Can I just say one thing? The most shameful thing to me, tied into this whole funeral extravaganza, fucking whatever, was that, like, literally 2 hours after she died, not 2 hours, a few hours after she died.
Oh, the party?
There was the announcement from the producer of the Grammys that Nicki Minaj and whoever was going to be doing the tribute. It's like, Jesus fucking Christ, guys.
Nicki Minaj?
Jennifer Hudson.
Or Jennifer Hudson. Whatever.
Whatever.
One of the blacks. No, but, she was... But I was just like, Jesus Christ, can you just keep that? Are you really trying to boost ratings right now? It's just sick,
I see what
man.
you're
It's
saying.
fucking disgusting.
They're marketing.
The Tonight Show had a weird vibe to it because all those guys in Jay's band, they knew her from the beginning. Like I think they were her tour band, like way back. So they were fucking really depressed.
bummed, huh?
Yeah, the one. I was one of the guys gave a tribute to her before we went. Like Jay did half a monologue,
right,
and then just let the guy talk about Whitney Houston.
Oh,
It was
really?
depressing. Yeah, but they were legitimately.
How do you feel about Clive Owen continuing with his party?
You know, it's a hard thing to just cancel 800 people.
But it turns out her body was still in the room upstairs as they're partying in the ballroom.
But I don't think she was going to Clive Owen's party.
She was.
Clive Davis.
Clive Davis.
Oh, I said it again?
Yes, you just
I said it
Clive
again?
Owen.
I didn't catch it either.
Fuck!
Clive Owen is a young, good-looking actor.
Been making this mistake for a week.
I don't have any problem with that. It's
Clive
like,
Davis.
Why
Clive
shouldn't they have a
Davis is
party?
bullshit.
She's fucking overdosed.
But they're bumping into detectives as they're trying to go upstairs in the coroner's office. And that's just a weird vibe.
But did everybody know she was dead, or was it like he found out and was like, "Shit, let me go deal with this"?
Everyone knew she was dead. Clive Davis had his party going on, and her body was still upstairs in the tub.
I actually
Or out of the tub by that point.
I was out there when it happened, and I was within a couple miles. Guy marrying himself to the story,
shit.
and I would have stayed there at that hotel.
Why didn't you?
I've never stayed there before.
But you were thinking about it?
No. But I mean, it could have happened.
But in your head, you're thinking, well, maybe.
Like, yeah,
if things were a little different.
If the hotel I was at had burned down, and then someone at that hotel had canceled, they might have said, "You can stay there." I could have been. I could have been right there and talked to her.
You never know.
We all do that.
You never know.
Every single one of us does that.
Had you been a guy that did drugs, you could have
Absolutely.
intercepted the drugs
That's
that she did.
Or had I been a bathtub maker, I could have made her deathbed. We'll marry ourselves to it. She's dead.
What's the last two moments? The top 10 moments.
Alicia Keys racing.
Yeah.
Stevie Wonder reveals his crush
He
on
can
Whitney
see.
Houston.
What do you mean he revealed
It's been a
it?
hoax the whole time.
Yeah, exactly. I've been lying to you, motherfuckers. I just didn't want you white devils to know I could see you. That was a good.
What do you
Stevie.
mean revealing a crush?
Quote,
What is he
actually, in
talking
my little
about?
fantasy world, I had a little crush on Whitney, okay?
Oh, gives a shit.
Shut up.
I didn't know what she looked like, but I knew that she was probably high all the time, and I could fuck her, and she wouldn't remember it.
What do you think she looks like in his head? Well, she's green.
Yeah, exactly.
It's funny. Bigger tits.
Exactly.
The number 10 moment is R. Kelly performs I Look to You.
All right.
Okay.
Right. The list.
We're going to go to break.
I have an announcement to make.
Oh, I forgot, Jimmy. That's
okay.
right. Big announcement for Jimmy.
Well, besides the Thursday through Saturday at Fort Lauderdale this coming weekend, the 1 hour special I talked about is indeed being taped at the Ohio Theater at Playhouse Square in Cleveland. That's what the one I wanted. It's the theater I wanted. 2 shows are going to be on sale. It's going to be Saturday, April 28th. And the 2 shows, I have to confirm the show times, but tickets go on sale this Friday. They're not that expensive. The only reason I'm selling tickets and not just doing it for free is because I'm doing this one with a production company, and there are theater expenses. So I'm going to make very little money from this. This is more going to be to cover. You have expenses to pay when you
trying to
perform
cover
in
your
a theater.
costs.
It's basically it. There's going to be a very small profit on this. It's not going to be a big profit night. This Friday. Pre-sale is this Thursday. The details will be here soon. 2 shows in the Ohio Theater. It's a beautiful theater in Cleveland.
Nice.
But I don't think enough stuff is done in Cleveland, and I love Cleveland, and I love that market for us. And I really, really... Originally, Boston was my idea, but there was a technical issue, and then I'm like, I haven't been in Cleveland in 2 fucking years. Like, that's where I want to do it.
Nice.
So I'm happy it worked out.
I think
I'll
we're
give
gonna-
you details as we're coming.
I think we're going to bring the show up there, too.
Yeah, we're going to do
support
something.
Jimmy.
Hopefully Friday afternoon we'll be doing something live.
That'd be cool.
We've never done, except for the Traveling Virus, we've never done a live Cleveland event.
I'm trying to remember. I don't think so.
Have we? I don't think so.
No, we did do a lot. We went to the radio station once. That's right.
Oh, yeah, we've done a couple of those. You're right.
The
you're
radio
right.
station that was in the mall.
Right.
Remember how weird that was?
Yep.
Yeah, that was a good time, actually. All right. Hey, going to break, got Chris Cornell doing I Will Always Love You. I thought this was pretty fucking cool. He ended one of his shows recently with this.
Nice.
Guy could sing anything. It's unbelievable. And Joe DeRosa is at the Laugh House in Philly Friday and Saturday. All right? Laugh House is spelled L-A-F-F.
I'm at the University of Delaware tonight, too, if anybody's around in Delaware.
What do you mean if anyone's around?
Yeah, if you feel like enrolling in college really quickly. That's probably most of the students, right?
I guess so. I hope so.
You don't care if tickets are sold?
I do care.
Well, it didn't sound it with that plug.
Well, I didn't want to sound like a plug hog. You know, you've been
people expect it.
You've been plugging the
just
laugh.
plug.
Okay, University of Delaware in the Scrounge tonight.
In the what?
8:30 in the Scrounge, whatever that is.
I did that years ago, I think.
That's a lounge. What's the?
It's a good gig.
What's the Scrounge? The
Yeah, what is the
Scrounge
Scrounge?
part of the Scrounge.
It's part lounge, part something scrotum. Part scrotum, part lounge.
Scrotum. The Scrotum Lounge. The Scrounge.
Sirius XM. And now, the Opie and Anthony Show.
We might have lost Joe DeRosa for the rest of the show. I think he's dealing with credit card fraud right now.
I hope not. That stinks.
He goes, they're saying my balance is at $100. I'm like, what? I thought it was going to be a quick call. He's been on the phone for like 20 minutes. So.
Well, my balance is $100 is bank stuff.
$100 credit maybe then.
Available?
Yeah, $100 available, which means whatever his credit line is, he spent all that. And he's like, I didn't spend that.
Recently I had one with my bank in, I was out in L.A. and I was trying to make a purchase. And they said, well, you don't have enough credit in your account. I'm like, what do you mean? I called them.
Right.
And they said, well, you only have an $8,000 credit line. I'm like, why?
Right.
What the fuck is wrong with you? And they jumped it up on the phone. I mean, I was an indignant customer.
Sure.
Like we talked about with Bill Burr that day. I was like, that's unacceptable.
Right.
My payment's always made on time. A customer of my length, if you phrase things smartly. And they gave it to me.
Really?
But yeah, my credit limit was $8,000. What happened? You good?
No, I'm fucked.
How you fucked? What happened?
Credit card fraud?
I'm fucked. I don't know what happened. This is what I can tell you what happened. Actually, as I was talking to them, I started to figure it out. Because of always being on the road and whatever, I pay my shit like way ahead of time.
Yeah.
A lot of the time, like when I get money, I just start paying out my shit because I'm like, I have money. I just want to fucking take care of what I got to take care of.
What are you paying?
I pay like the minimums way ahead of time, and I always pay
right, I got you.
over the minimums because I just want to. If I have cash,
yeah,
let
you want to knock it down, as much as you can.
So I always do that. I've been doing that for the last couple of years, and this month I traveled so much in January. I got off my fucking. I just got off my payment schedule, and I didn't realize I owed something. So a couple of my cards I went like a week late on. I was like, oh, fuck. And then I went in and immediately paid them over what I owed. I took care of it immediately. American Express immediately got a call. I mean, they don't know that this is what triggered it. I'm theorizing on this is what happened. They immediately got a call from some fucking cocksucking piece of shit credit union. And they were like, yeah, your credit score just fucking doubled in the bad way. Because you're delinquent. And I go, I'm not delinquent. I go, I pay all my shit early all the fucking time. And as I'm talking to them, I go, wait a minute. I was a couple days late on some accounts because I traveled and whatever. But that's the first time it's ever happened.
Right.
And they were like, yeah, sorry, we cut your credit line in half. You now have like $100 available credit instead of.
Because if your credit had been 20, you had spent 9,900, but now they knocked off 10, so it's only 10,000. So now you have $100 left. Like that type of thing. Yeah,
exactly. So now my
you can
credit's
fix that,
right
Joe. You can fix that.
I can fix it, but here's what sucks: is I'm potentially moving out of my apartment in a month or two, and it's like this is the last fucking thing I need right now is bad credit, because that's the first thing I'm gonna do is check my credit, and it's like I just can't fucking believe this, man. This is the. I'm going to start catastrophizing now.
Yeah.
But this is the kind of shit where I go, I can't live in this fucking country anymore. One slip up like this, and it's like sets off this chain reaction.
But it's all fixable. I know you're panicking and you're annoyed, but it is. I had one where I was buying an apartment. It was a big mortgage, and it was like a phone bill where I had moved and they never sent the bill. So then all of a sudden you're delinquent on your phone bill, which is a big one for some reason.
Right.
And it hurts your credit. And you're like, well, we showed you didn't pay a phone bill. But when you're talking to the people giving you the loan or doing the business, they're looking at a credit score, but you're still on the phone with somebody. And if you say, look at my history, and then this is what happened, I was away for a month, and blah, blah, blah happened. If your history is good up until then, it's fixable. It's not as catastrophic as you feel it is right now. Trust me. No, I've had it happen. It's not.
Or it might be.
Yeah, it could be.
Or it might be. Or it might be the first thing.
I'm
when you're losing your mind.
How many credit cards do you own?
Two two charge cards to stores, and then I have 3 credit cards.
Can you pay any of them off in full and just dump? Like I pay everything off in full at the end of the month when I if you can do that, you do it.
I'm literally thinking about going home today and going, fuck savings. Here's these cards are done. Boom, boom, boom.
Because you're paying. What I do with a credit card is like, say you spend $8,000, but it's on your bills and a lot. You pay them $8,000. They've loaned you money for nothing. You know how they hate that. But when you're giving them 30% interest, you're paying minimum payments. You're just you're giving them interest.
Right.
It's like you're just paying interest on shit that you don't. If you take your savings, pay off your credit card. Maybe that's a terrible idea. But why would you keep giving them extra money? It's a vig.
Yeah, I think I'm just going to go home and just pay off at least 3 of them. You know, like one of my charge cards is a 0 balance. One of them's got a very low amount. So I feel like if I just threw some money at this problem right now and then just kept one card open or something, it would be like, okay, you're good.
Or keep them open. Do you use any of the credit cards for miles for an airline?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what you got to do. Fuck the store cards.
That's the one that I have the problem with. So
Jesus.
So it sucks.
It sucks they don't give you one. One fuck up and they fuck you.
It's I'm so fucking pissed. Then I call the cocksucking credit agency or whatever it is, and they're like, do you have your reference number? And I'm hitting 0 because I don't have it. And the automated system goes, this system will not allow you to speak with a representative until you type in the reference number. So you either request your credit report or hang up. So then I call back American Express. I'm like, what the fuck? I need this number because I can't. Well, we don't have it. I go, well, you guys took this report from them. You listened to them. You took their advice. You fucked me without calling me and asking me what was going on. And you can't even give me the right reference number to figure out what's going on. So now she's like, well, you can request they'll mail it to you. It's like, oh, so in 6 to 8 weeks or whatever it is?
It's usually a week. It's always mail. When there's a PIN code, it's always through the mail. It's annoying. It's antiquated. But they're so paranoid about getting ripped off. But once you can call them back. You can usually get what you want from them if you're reasonable. Just don't yell. But Bert was on one time. We talked about this. Don't yell. You're the righteous, indignant customer. You've been wronged. You're a good customer. And if you don't yell and you don't curse, they can't hang up on you.
They don't seem to care when I have a problem. I'll even go look at that screen right now and see how much money I have with you guys. I'm taking it all out. They're like, I'm sorry, sir, but there's nothing we can do.
I've done that.
Blah, blah.
I pulled money out of Bank of America, and they don't. And I put it into another bank.
Right.
You know who cares if you go down to the bank? The bank manager will help you. But they have to deal with these. I had my last mortgage payment when I wrapped up my mortgage. They fucked up. And they didn't apply my final payment because I was paying interest and principal. I was just paying principal. Take it, get rid of it.
Right.
My final payment, they put in escrow by mistake instead of paying. So then it showed that I still owed money, and I'm like, no, I don't. And the automated system was shit. So I went down to Bank of America. I talked to the guy, and he got on the phone with me, and we were on hold on the audit. And he goes, yeah, I'm a bank manager, blah, blah, blah. He has to deal with that automated system, too. So, but with him being there.
It helped.
It helped. But thank God it helped because the guy who had done my payment in person was there, and he was able to talk to the automated people, too. But it's very difficult to deal with. I know I'm contradicting myself, but it's possible.
It's just disheartening. Because now I'm in my head. This is when I came in today. Opie was like, "What's wrong? You look down or something."
Well, I care.
And I was, thank you.
You looked very.
He said downs.
You looked very sad.
But
you got heavy eyelids. Did you sleep last night?
No, I didn't sleep at all.
The upper lids are heavy.
Yeah,
are you a cheapskate though? I forget you are. You are, right?
I'm not a cheapskate. If I have money, I'll be generous with it. But I'm very conservative and responsible with my money.
So I made a mistake. Yeah, all right.
So I don't fuck around. I really pride myself on paying my shit on time and not getting up to my neck in debt. Because when I started doing comedy, in Philly, when I started out, and I said I'm going to move to New York and try to be a pro, I stopped paying. I had all this credit card debt, and I just stopped paying it. I was like, I'm not doing this anymore. So, and then I got to the point where I was like 4 years into the career, and I started getting letters like, we're going to take you to court, and I had to pay all the debt off and figure it out. And then after I did that,
so that fucked up your credit.
That fucked me up bad for a while, and then I bounced back, and I was like, you know what? I'm not going to do that again. I'm going to be really responsible.
But is that in your history?
Oh, I'm sure it's
Oh,
got
okay. Well, then they probably aren't going to take a chance. That's why they react so harshly, because you have a history.
Yeah, they're not going to put up with your shit anymore,
Yeah,
Joe.
you've been proven to be a guy who gives malarkey and
No
excuses.
shit, yeah.
And so they're like, well, if we had to threaten him with court.
Yeah, now it all makes sense. I thought it was one lousy thing and they got you.
Yeah.
They're looking at your past
You're
behavior.
a good customer since Tuesday.
Yeah, right. You got to be a good customer for the last 5 years.
Yeah, right now I'm like the guy that got out of prison going, you know, I'm the cook in heat.
All right, listen,
going, just give me a chance. You know?
It's fixable.
You'll be all right. We're running out of show, and for some reason these guys want me to open this up on the air. Why?
It's got anthrax in it.
Yeah.
It's funny.
It's from a fan?
Yeah. Yeah, a fan sent in a picture.
So why can't we just do this off air? This happens from time to time.
Because it's strange. He sent other stuff.
Oh, no.
There's a lot of stuff in here. There's checks.
Exactly.
Are they real checks?
Yeah,
they
read
are.
the letter.
Oh, Christ. Opie, Anthony, and... Oh, it's for all of us.
That's right.
Oh, you made it sound like it was for me, which made it even creepier.
Maybe the sex bagel did. I didn't.
Oh, okay. It reads, Opie, Anthony, and Jimmy. Hi, I'm a big fan of the show. I can't thank you enough for the countless hours of laughter and enjoyment you've given us.
It's beautiful.
I can't read his writing. The attacks... Does
Probably
it say
attached.
attached?
Attached.
Wow, really?
Yeah.
Okay. The attached on the new fee. No, the attacks on the new fee, I guess.
Oh.
Okay. The attacks on the new fee and Mimi were absolutely hilarious. Who's Mimi?
Don't know.
Oh, Beersley.
Oh,
Mimi Beersley.
Mimi Beersley.
It's not spelled like that, though. All
Who's Mimi?
All right, I got this figured out. The attacks on the Newfie and Mimi Beersley were absolutely hilarious. I look forward to many years of the show. May you please sign the enclosed photo to me, Bobby. I included some checks so you know I was this for my... What? The writing's horrendous. I included some checks so you know I
think he's saying...
Oh, I want this for my collection and not to put on eBay.
Oh, he included checks that prove that that's his name?
No.
No, we get checks.
He's paying you to sign his photo.
So that way they know that
he's not going to resell it on eBay.
How much is he paying?
And how much
how much per autograph? I want to know.
And how much...
Hey,
how much can an Opie and Anthony and Jim Norton picture go for on eBay?
Well, if you play
$5?
this right, you could do this again in the future.
Oh, really?
Oh, jeez.
All right, what's he say? How much?
So here's a picture of me, Jimmy, and Aunt walking on the walkover. So this is about, what, 4 years ago at least. God damn, I was good looking.
I'll say.
You still are.
Hell yeah. Me and Sam talk about it all the time.
Yeah.
You see that motherfucker today? Hells yeah.
Why do you think we always pee at the urinal next to you?
Fuck yeah. I'm installing a mirror system on the ceiling.
What the fuck happened to us?
Wash his piss. I love to wash his piss.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
So how much are the checks?
Well,
yeah, enough about the
there's
picture.
one for me, you, and Aunt.
Oh.
And I'm cashing mine. I don't give a
They're
fuck.
individual. They're not just all three names on the
Here,
check.
why don't you pass this on to Jimmy?
Hey, rub my nose in it, you dirty bastard.
I can sign mine over yours if you need money, Joe.
It's
$25 a piece to sign this picture. I am so cashing his check.
You better.
I'm going to send it back to him.
Why?
Why, Jim?
Sign it over to somebody.
Or I should put in a zero, make it $2,500. $2,500. It'd be a joke. I go to jail for bank fraud. I'd be like,
yeah, you could put a 1 in front of the 2, probably. It would be bad if we cash these.
No,
I feel like you should cash it. He believes your autograph is worth 75 big ones.
$25 a piece.
So cash in that 25.
Huh?
Buy something nice for your son.
Huh?
Christ.
Cash that in.
What would you do, Joe?
I'd
What's the right thing to do?
send a picture of it to American Express. Prove to them that I have provable income.
we got no markers in here.
We have no markers.
Good thing this.
We need a gray marker.
Lackluster preparation.
And what? And he's going to have to wait a week for Anthony's before he can even send it back.
Here's his check.
Uh-oh, what are you doing? Are you just going to mail the check back? No, you
There's
can't
a good
void
guy.
it.
There's a good guy.
Oh, man.
Look what I do, Joe. I turned this shit right over.
Are you going to really deposit that?
Yes.
Why?
Yeah, you should.
Why not?
Why would you deposit
And
that?
I'm going to autograph his check.
You could just go to check cashing place in case that way he can't see your stuff.
Oh,
just go
yeah.
to check cashing. They'll take out a little bit, but still, it's free money.
Can I have that picture just so I can sign it?
Sure.
Why would you void out the check?
Huh? Because Jimmy's a nice guy.
I don't get that.
It's a nice picture. That looks like a nice day.
It was a beautiful
Sunny
day.
out.
Should void the photo, too.
It's funny. No, I can't fuck with people's... look how the care he took.
Mm-hmm.
And
a
I
great
was skinnier
show.
then.
Yeah,
That's
we
gonna
all
change.
were. That's the point.
That's going to change.
Look at me in the background. Look at the difference.
Yeah,
In the
about
blue
3
shirt.
pounds.
He was fat then, too.
Yeah, exactly.
No. Where's E-Rock?
E-Rock said no. What's his faggot's name? Can I have a silver Sharpie, please, so I can do this
His
right?
name is Bobby.
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 His name is Bobby.
Can I see what this guy's saying about how he paid twice and something?
What is that?
What? Now we're helping you out.
Well, I just was curious what he had to say.
Which
fully.
one?
I got calls because I paid twice in the same month, but skipped.
It's Blake. You talk to Blake.
Okay, Blake. Hi.
Hey, boys, how you doing?
Why are you
How are
signing
you?
in black there, Jimmy?
So I'm getting a silver. But I don't know. I asked for silver, and nobody comes, Joe, whose sleeves are too short. Go ahead.
No, they're pushed up.
Oh, okay.
The Blake, what happened to you? What happened? I want to know.
Okay, Joe, get this shit, man. I got one of those care credit cards for medical expenses and all that bullshit.
Uh-huh.
Anyway, I had a minimum payment due in December. I paid it on the 18th. I got a check from my insurance company later in the month from a flex spending account, some bullshit we have to work. So I went ahead and I paid $500 towards my balance when no payment was due. So I disregarded the January payment, didn't even think twice about it. These dudes are calling my house fucking 5 times a day, all hours of the day. I finally picked it up. It's some call center in India. I got some fucking Punjab that says his name is Sean telling me, oh, it doesn't matter, sir, if you make $1,000 payment. It doesn't excuse you from your minimum payment. Tick, 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 tick. And I'm just like, what the fuck, man? So I end up telling him, hey, whatever, I'm going to get a lawyer. This bullshit.
Well, yeah, that bugs me because I've always paid like fucking quadruple the fucking minimum payment every month to keep a healthy credit, in score in check or whatever. I knew if I paid the minimum, that was shit, and I know if I paid it all off, that was bad. But you need to maintain debt to gain credit. So I would do that, and it pisses me the fuck off that every one of these cocksuckers, as soon as I was a few days late on one payment, they're like, no, fucking hang them out to dry.
But that's
But it's
because
your
of your
insurance.
past history.
Yes,
Joe.
and it's also insurance, too.
Yeah.
You pay your insurance every time on time. The one time you're late, you go to the hospital, they go, fuck you. It's a gamble.
That sucks.
Yeah,
it's
they're all
terrible.
scumbags, dude. These
So-
overseas assholes.
Is it going to help me to go home?
Have the marker?
Oh, sorry.
Is it going to help me to go home and throw a lot of money at these cards? Or no?
I don't think it'll hurt to make some payments. I think you should knock down. I think you should. I always pay into principal every time because if you pay the minimum payment, it's just interest.
Right.
They want you to pay the minimum payment
Right.
because all of a sudden you've spent that. I mean, you understand what they're doing. So
Yeah.
I try to pay them off completely and in full every month. When you can do that,
Right.
do it. If you have the means to do that, and I'm lucky I'm able to most times. But then once in a while I'll miss one, and they charge. I get hit
know
with a
what?
fucking.
I'm going to go
interest.
home. I'm going to pay off I'm going to pay off 2 of these cards, and I'm going to close the cards.
Do you invest any money?
No, I don't have money to invest.
I invest small amounts because at least you're getting something as opposed to zero interest in a checking
Oh,
account.
the fucking banks don't pay you nothing now.
They're terrible. I
I
called
got
Bank
it.
of America
All
and
right.
told them you're disgusting.
Thank
I
you.
took $8 million
Thanks, Blake.
out, and I don't have $8 million or anything close to $1 million. But I took it out. I have $800 in my account, and I said $8 million.
Sam.
Bombing.
That's all right. Let the record state I'm a good guy today. What does that say, Joe? I'm a good guy today.
Says pay to the order of Opie.
You fuck.
You signed
Don't
the
make
back
me
of the
tweet this
Oh,
shit.
yeah, void.
You signed the back of the check. That doesn't make you a good guy.
I wrote void like little Jimmy Norton.
and signed it.
And I signed it. I'm a good guy today.
Yeah.
Mark this day.
Yeah.
This is what I want from Bobby, though. He obviously took this picture. This is all I ask from Bobby if he's listening. I want this fucking picture. I like it a lot.
I hope he looks fucking good in that, man.
He looks really
We
good.
all look good.
Nah,
we
but
look
don't be
happy.
shy. You look really good.
We're on top of the radio world here, man. This is before the shit hit the fan.
We were in hell. We were fucking doing that dog shit on K-Rock first. The walkover was like, oh, thank God I'm away from that fucking dump. and God.
I
remember
miss the big numbers.
Oh, dude, you know what?
I miss talking to a lot of people.
I don't, because it was such an emasculated, unfun version. I miss it from the old days where radio was fun. I don't miss one thing about K-Rock. I don't miss the bigger more people. I don't miss any of that shit. Fuck them.
Let the record show that E-Rock was fat 4 years ago.
Yeah,
I know, right? He's in the background, and don't let him fool you. He was fat.
And is.
I love how he makes believe he's only been fat for a
Is
few
this the
years.
picture right here?
Yeah, he's the one in the powder blue shirt. in
He
the
was
background.
fat.
All right, so Bobby,
And is.
Bobby doesn't have to email it to you. You just got it off Google Images.
Huh? Is that what he did?
Yeah.
Well, he got a great copy of. No, this is a really good copy.
Look how big it is.
Huh?
Yeah, so he just took
He
it
just
off.
printed it off Google Images.
He saw the picture that he probably thought you looked hottest in, and he was right. And Kenny with his awful shirt.
Oh, Jesus.
Have you noticed
Look at that
Opie's
Sopranos
torso?
outfit
It's fucking
Kenny's
beautiful.
wearing.
It's like, look at that. The chest is muscular, and look at how the hand goes down, and it just kind of hangs by the stomach, drawing your eyes to that delicious V.
These guys,
What's the matter?
They put me in a bad spot.
You
Joe.
look like you got a nice cock and balls in that picture.
Fuck yeah, man.
Dude, look at
Look
the
at that. You can see the head pointing down.
I know.
These
When I look
guys-
at that picture, I want to put your testicles in my mouth and go. "Ooh."
And even when you're not
Yes.
looking at that picture.
Yeah.
Jimmy loves telling the world that I used to have a V.
He still does.
I don't
Still
have
do.
a V.
You do.
Well, yeah.
You got a half a W, baby.
And then then the listeners meet me and go, "What the fuck happened?" to you?" I'm like, "I never had it."
Exactly. You got an O now.
Exactly. I never had a V.
What's a V?
You know, where you have the fucking down to the fucking cock.
Yeah.
It's a V that goes right down the clock.
Like the trail.
Could Bobby send me a copy of this? Because I'm too lazy to print it out myself, and I want that picture. I like it.
I'll send
You
you
want
the copy
Bobby to
right
send you a
now.
copy? Just have
It's on Google Images.
I want a fucking physical copy. I'm not going to
So
go
download
print
it and
it.
print it.
I don't want to. That's the point.
Wait.
Tell Bobby to send another
Why
one.
don't you just copy that one?
You should get a digital copy.
I don't. All right, I want that. So
Yeah.
give me
Word,
that.
And then just get
word.
it printed.
No,
Word.
I want Bobby because I didn't cash
To go to
his check.
his expense.
Yeah, because I didn't cash his
You're
check.
not a nice guy.
I didn't cash
Why
his
don't you
check.
just send one of
I
your
didn't cash his
minions to
check.
do it?
Yeah.
We have interns.
Yes. If I had interns, I'd make them do shit like that
Because
all
it'll
day.
never happen. Everyone will forget.
No, they won't. Not
Just
if you
send
give
them
out
right
the order.
now.
Not if they
Hey,
see,
E-Rock, the boss has an assignment.
if they
I
see
just
how,
called him fat. E-Rock's not going to help me.
If they see how good you look in that picture,
I don't
you're
look
gonna
exactly.
fucking. They're gonna
Yeah.
go print that shit
Masturbation
out.
fodder for all of us.
I hope you don't mind a little cum on that picture.
Exactly. Or a lot.
Exactly. You got to get that picture's going to be glossy when you get it back.
Oh, we got to get
Hey.
Ant's got to sign it when he comes back.
Yeah,
and dumb Kenny, clubby.
Oh, he wants Clubby too?
No, get Kenny.
Kenny's not in the actual picture.
Yeah, but Kenny's not worth it.
The guy photoshopped him. Not photoshopped. Cropped him out.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, he doesn't want Kenny. He doesn't want Kenny in his picture. Look.
That's true. Just the celebrities.
The actual picture has Kenny in it, but not Bobby's version. Bobby said, "Fuck Kenny, I'm cropping his shit out."
Yeah, because he knows he can't afford me.
You think so?
Yeah.
Are you signed to Bobby, by the way? I was
No,
joking.
I signed it to Bobby.
I was joking.
Who, Bobby?
It was for Billy.
Oh, fuck him.
Here, Sam.
Sammykins catch the paper. You like that song? I've been thinking that for years, and I've never had a chance to use it.
It's good.
When's Mike Vitti going to explain to the world how radio works? I can't wait.
Saturday night.
Saturday night?
Mike Vitti.
Well, Saturday night UK time. So
UK time.
And hey, the guy who does the feed is here. Where is he?
With that
online feed.
Stupid Mars. First, I get a thing in my ear saying the guy who does the online feed is here and he'll talk, and then Mars comes in here and says the guy's too scared to talk.
All right, so that's fine because what are we going to do?
Well,
before the plugs, I got something. I got this.
By and large, though, it is simply a lovely winter's day tomorrow. Bucket loads of sunshine across central and eastern areas.
Bucket loads of cum?
He did say that. He must have been looking at this picture of Opie.
No, he said bucket loads of cunt.
I thought you said cum.
I thought you said cum.
Maybe I'm looking at that picture of Opie.
Jesus, Sam.
By and large, though, it is simply a lovely winter's day tomorrow. Bucket loads of sunshine across.
Yeah, this is.
Why would he say cunt?
Why wouldn't he? I don't know. Why would someone play gay porn over jazz, Mum? I've got no idea. It just happens. That happens by accident.
He literally...
There's a guy with a computer in the next building, Mom. Sometimes he interferes. That wasn't going out live from our board. That was coming in from Wi-Fi. Ever since Wi-Fi, Mum. You're not a puffed, are you? No, Mum. I've got a girlfriend. She's in Manchester.
If you're just tuning in, listen to the replay. Jimmy had a brilliant take on the Mike Vitti situation.
That'll make sense later.
Yeah, it sure will. Joe DeRosa, Laugh Factory?
Laugh House.
Laugh House. Fuck.
University of Delaware tonight at 8:30 in the Scrounge, and Laugh House on South Street in Philadelphia Friday and Saturday, 2 shows each night. Please come out.
Here, put this back. He's going to be happy that I crumpled up his note. So now that's worth something to him, I think.
And I have...
Where are you going to be, Laugh House?
Yes, Joe will be in Philadelphia.
University of Delaware tonight. Friday and Saturday, I will be at the Laugh House in Philadelphia.
All right.
Thursday through Saturday, I will be in the Hard Rock in Fort Lauderdale. That's this Thursday through Saturday. And Saturday, April 28th, I shoot my 1-hour special at the Ohio Theater in Cleveland, Playhouse Square. 2 shows, I believe 7:30 and 10. Tickets go on sale this Friday. Pre-sale is Thursday. It's being presented by the station out there that Rover's on. I don't know I forget the call letters, but they're a big station. Both shows obviously will sell out because this is the same size as the House of Blues, which I always sell out. And that's with, camera kills, as we call it, because all the tickets can't be sold. And the only reason I'm selling tickets and not doing it for free is because this is not being done by HBO. This is being done for Epix and Comedy Central, 2 different networks, but I'm going to own it, so I'm producing it. And I have expenses to pay. So the money you're paying for tickets, which I think is like $25, it's not an expensive ticket, goes for that.
Right, very good. And we're all going to go broadcast live from
Cleveland. On that Friday afternoon. I was just talking to Gary about that. He said they're already making arrangements for it. So we will be doing it. It's just about time we did something else in Cleveland.
Yes.
Home of the fat pussy.
They got fat ones up there.
Oh, everyone's got a fat pussy. Every girl. It's like they ask you when you're on the fucking Pennsylvania border to show your twat. And if it's fat, you get let in. To keep fat pussy heaven.
Whoa, take me home tonight.
Yeah.
Whoa. Come on.
What? I don't know this one.
Fat Bottom Girls by Queen. I was going to somehow change it into Fat Pussy.
I didn't know the song. I'm shy.
We don't feel like improving now, Joe. We want to go home.
Yeah.
I wanted to do...
Improving or improving. We don't feel like doing either.
I guess that's it for today, huh? Thanks you, Joe.
Thanks for having me, guys. I had a nice time with you, as always.
Hope you're not sad for too much longer.
Good luck with your financial
disaster.
Woes.
Yeah, we'll figure it out, guys.
It'll all work out.
One of these days, it'll turn around.
Water under the bridge.
And your disability.
Yeah, by the time I'm 40, I'll hopefully have health insurance and be living like a fucking grown-up. But until then...
You don't have insurance?
Nope.
Get it.
I can't.
You got it, dude.
What's the secret, Jimmy? What do I got to do in this Christ?
If you have to pay for it, pay for it. Because 1 week in the hospital will wipe you out completely. You have to have it, dude. Even if it's expensive.
You don't have a choice.
Do one gig you don't want to do a month or whatever for, or do one gig that is specifically for insurance because you'll probably never need it. But the one time you do, it's like you got to fucking have it.
It's like $600 a month.
That's nothing. That's 6 G's a year. What do you think a week in a hospital costs you? Or say you break your leg or something. You got to have it, man. $600 a month is nothing. You're a single guy. There's no dependents. It's just you. Yeah. You're pretty healthy. You don't smoke.
Yeah, I quit
Drinks
smoking.
a lot, though.
I don't drink that much.
Drinks a ton. That could cause problems. Like a lot.
Yeah.
He's been
definitely
drinking
a pre-existing
time here.
Pre-existing.
Have you been drinking or not right here?
Today?
Yeah.
I mean, I washed down a sixer before I came in. That's all I could get. I mean, that's not a lot. It's 5:30 in the morning when I woke up.
Drinks a lot. Oh, wow. Talks about it on stage. It has brought some funny material to his act.
Hey.
Not that you weren't funny before you started the drinking stuff.
Yeah,
I've always liked Joe DeRosa on stage, but he drinks a lot.
I'm no good without the sauce,
All right. I guess that's it. We're just babbling. See you tomorrow. Peace. Bye. Yeah.
This is the Opie and Anthony Show, Sirius XM.